Hello, everyone. It's your man, Spin Nation, along with my man, Riders Up Tim. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful. We were just talking a little crazy at school and super busy. And, normally I love Thursday nights in the lounge because we're heading into the weekend and everything. But Tuesday
Yeah,
nights, it seems like these are Tuesday and Wednesday are some of my busy days. So it's
yeah,
just like getting home late on Tuesday, then this runs late, and then early on Wednesday. And it's just crazy, crazy. But here we are. Another night
here
at
we
Assiniboia, winding down. It's winding down, Sean.
Yes, it is. Exactly. We're in the home stretch almost. It was exactly, I think, 1 month ago, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then there, the meat has flown by.
About
But
four more Tuesdays, and
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
that
We
is
already got Felipe, Bobby D. We got Stevie GRE in the house. Love to see it. We're I'm wearing my Fort Erie shirt today in honor of our friends up in the Canada. They had the second leg of the Prince of Wales today, and Runaway Again, Stronach Farms, and Ryan Munger. If one Attard can't win, the other Attard wins. So Sid Attard, the older Attard, got the job done. So and there was Attard, someone in Attard. That's how that
exactly.
was your superfecta.
And Sean, the shirt is nice, but what is that hat?
That means double down right there, my
Doubling
friend.
down. So doubling down over the weekend. Who was it that hit that double that did really
That
well?
would be one Riders Up Tim.
That would be me.
That's
After
right.
after after our video and Colin and I we put
Yes.
together the doubling down. I sat in for Vinny last week. He was on a cruise and I hit the double, a nice double as well. I mean,
Yes.
over $100 for
Very nice.
$2 and
Yes.
50 to 1. And somebody watched the video and said it was a real snoreathon.
Well,
Look,
I
Sean,
call it
if I can
Katrina-thon.
snore my way to 50 to 1 hits all the
Yeah.
time, I am snoring every day, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. I may never wake up. Exactly. Absolutely. So we are now, but tonight we're going to win some money here at our good friends up at the Assiniboia Downs in Winnipeg. Hope everyone up there is doing great that are watching. We got Jay Worm in the house. How are you, my man? Great to see you.
You know,
Yeah,
I was
ready?
looking at some stats the other day, Sean, for tracks across the country, and one of the things was it was the tracks with the highest percentage of winning favorites.
Yep.
Number one on the list. You want to take a guess?
Assiniboia?
Assiniboia Downs.
There you go. Okay.
So look, so we know what it offers, but here's the thing. Here's my point. They're
Yeah.
number one on the list, so favorites win a lot up here. But it's which a high percentage, it was about 42%, I think it was. You know what that means, Sean? That 58% of the time they don't win.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
So here's the thing, guys. You see number 2 here, 1 to 5. We got some tonight. You got to find the ones, about half of them, that are going to hit, and we got to find the ones that we think won't hit. And
Right.
and I think we've got a couple of those tonight. There's something that happens at Assiniboia that we'll talk about through the night as the season starts winding down. And I think we can find some spots here.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Dennis Trusty doesn't know if it's morning or night, but
He has
hello,
no
Dennis.
idea. No idea. He's out in the oil fields all day, his oil fields he loses track of time. Exactly. Hey, Kyle. How are you?
Kyle must have been following your picks there, Sean.
Yeah, there you go, Kyle. Way to go, buddy. Nice hit. Nice hit.
Don't even try it, Dennis.
Wow.
I know where you were. Don't even try it.
Wow. Okay. So all right. So race 1 here is a 5.5 maiden special weight purse, 20,000 for Minnesota bred 2-year-olds here. Okay. Now we can look at this, and the 3 and the 4 were scratched here.
So we're left with 4 horses.
Yeah,
Sean, I think I've got the super.
Right. And then we know the 1 is Nonios, who never runs first time out. So it takes them like 6 times to try to win.
Chucker.
So, Chucker, exactly. So that leaves the 2, the 5, and the 6, exactly. And exactly. So my top choice here was the 2, Silver Spice, Jared Brown, Stevenson. Ran great in this. Ran a solid fourth in the place versus Mighty Mick and the Right Way. Two very good horses that probably would be 1-9 in this group. So I'm not. He still showed something. He showed nice in the. There's no Mighty Mike in this field. I think that he'll just be happy there's no Mighty Mike in this field, and I think he'll win this rather easily. The second, I mean, the 5 in placer show. I just like the name Carl Anderson. Not the biggest first time out person, and the 6 you could argue could be a better play because Mike Taphorn is 14% out with first time starters. So if you have 265, that's what they have. So I have no problem with 265, but the one can look at them all because I think it's just going to be 265 or 256.
Riders up!
It's riders up time in the paddock. Yeah, Sean. I mean, Kurt's 265, Stretch is 265. You're 265. So let me give you some picks. 265. And I thought it was hilarious. You said, any of the horses that beat Silver Spiced would be 1-9. Silver Spiced is 1-9.
Yeah, right. Exactly. They would be 1-100. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
They would be
right. But look, so we said, as you talked about, the one looks overmatched. I mean, this horse hasn't been closer than 20 lengths in any of the 3. And granted, there could have been some tough fields. There's a couple there. Mighty Mikey, we know that did win the stakes race last time out. But this horse has given no indication that she's going to be able to run and compete. No. So we're left with the other 3, and 2 of those are first-time starters. And the 6 horse, Sean, if you look at the dam there, the one other starter, you remember last week, Haggis.
Yes.
So Haggis is the 1 year older brother to Category 1 here, the 6 horse. So that was one that gave a little bit of a showing, showed a little bit of something in there. But I do like that this horse has had some solid 4 furlong works that kind of quite a bit above the 5 there. And as you mentioned, the first time start rate for Carl Anderson versus Mike Taphorn, I think you have to go to the 6 over the 5. But they would both have to have a pretty solid debut to beat Silver Spice.
I agree. Yeah.
We're just not going to be able, I don't think, to beat this one here. So we're going to have a play, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But it's the first race on the card.
Yeah.
Let's just get through this one, and we got 6 more, and we've got some decent fields tonight. This is a 4-horse race, but in some of the other races, we've got 8-9 horses. So we should be able to find some prices here. Let's take what they give us and keep fighting in the other races.
Yeah. We got Neil in the house. We got our man Kevin Plouchett. Is this the rebate booster race? But welcome both of you. Hope you have a great night tonight. Felipe's got exacta 2 over 1 for sits and giggles. I love it. There you go. Why not, Felipe? Exactly. But exactly. But this isn't a race you're gonna do a whole lot of stuff with. But
yeah, Dennis, when you're at the Keeneland sales, you got to make sure you don't wave at your friends across the room.
Right.
Because last night you could have bought a $3 million horse or a $1 million horse, or you got to be
today the $1 million horses were going like Monopoly money. Holy cow. Crazy. Every horse like 1.3, 1.1, 975. It was like a free for all. Flightline babies, Justifying babies, Intermission babies, Gun Runner babies. It was crazy.
So we'll keep looking here. Check out, follow the pools for a second. It says 2 minutes, so we've got about 2 minutes until they give the 3-minute warning.
Even Tim, even who was went for 1.3 million today. Tappet Trice's full brother went today for $1.3 million.
All right. I'll tell you what. If I was able to go to the sales and buy some of these nicer horses, Sean, I just can't see myself buying a Tappet ever.
Yeah, yeah.
As you know, we all know their tendencies and how they run, and it's just like they're all the same. They all got that Tappet bloodline, and it's just really.
Yeah. Yes, Mike, we are throwing darts today. Yes, yes.
As long as they're good as like your horseshoe Indiana
darts, yeah.
darts
Exactly.
there, then we're in good shape here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That AK harness horse. There you go, Kev. Love it. Neil's got a 256 tri-fox. Yeah, Felipe, there were a lot of flight lines today. There were a lot of flight lines.
Yes. And I think the closer yesterday of the sale was a flight line that went for just over $1 million.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the flight lines are definitely going to command a price because everybody saw what he did, and with it being his first crop, everybody's taking a shot. They're rolling the dice. They're throwing the darts.
Yeah, and the intermissions just get more and more. Sovereignty has only helped him.
Yeah.
that much.
That was
more.
The $3 million horse yesterday was an into mischief.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Dennis would rather buy an 8. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
At Belterra, oh no.
Oh my God! Just watch out for the rocks. Your horse would probably trip over one of the rocks. Exactly. 2028 in Derby.
John, if there's a horse running at Belterra, I don't want any part of it.
Yes.
You find yourself there. I'm not sure. But hey, spoiler alert, we'll talk about this later. What is happening this Saturday? Quick question out there. Drop your response in the chat if you think you know. What happens this Saturday that as in regards to horse racing?
Yeah.
So let me know what you think. I'm excited. It's a level of excitement. It's like, okay, here we go. We're off and running.
Oh man. Kentucky's going to lose again in football. Horse racing.
Yeah, because Louisville looked so good last week there, Dennis. 2 minutes. I told you we were having 2 minutes to post, which means 2 minutes till the 3-minute warning.
Yes, exactly. Right. There's the closest you get to harness racing.
Ooh, we floated all the way up to 1 to 5, Sean.
Whoa, value. 220, baby. 220.
Wow. Hey guys, listen to this. In the win pool, there's a total of $7,800. Just over 5,000 of that is on the 2. In the place pool, there's 10,800, 9,600 of which is on the 2. In the show pool, bridge jumper, Sean.
Yep.
$71,000 on the 2 horse of 73.
Yeah, Woodbine Mile this weekend. I don't think that's the right answer, but that's a great one.
No, Kentucky Downs is done.
Yeah, yeah. I think some people have it here, by the way.
Churchill does start back up, but what's the significance of Saturday? What's coming up? Which one, Felipe? What are we talking about?
Yep. He will let you know soon. But you got to keep guessing.
All right, Sean, let's do this real quick.
Okay.
All right. 10 to place on the 6. That's what we're doing.
There you go. Okay.
Looking at the pools, I think, the 5's taking more money than the 6. As a matter of fact, the 1 is taking more money than the 6, Sean.
Yeah, right. Yep. Yeah, there you go.
In the place pool. So the place pool, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to give a shot. The horse that we think is going to finish second. I think the 6 looks really good. I like the 6 more than the 5. That's what we're going to do.
Love it. Nick, know that the second leg of the King's Plate was today at Fort Erie, and yeah, Runaway Again was the winner. Colin Sheehan in the house.
Colin, you notice Sean's hat there.
Yes,
Beautiful,
doubling down.
beautiful hat.
I'm always honored to say I was the first guest ever on Doubling Down,
There you go.
which was Iroquois Steaks this weekend.
That is the one. So, what
Yes.
is the significance of the Iroquois Stakes? I'll just say it. We're loading up here.
Yep.
It's Kentucky Derby 2026 prep time. That's the first
Yes,
one. It's
exactly.
the first official prep race for the Kentucky Derby. Here we
Yes,
go. We're
absolutely. We are off.
off and running. The first 10-point race.
Yes. Very exciting.
Here we go. We're gonna drop a Derby favorite video. And they're off. We got some sound here, Sean.
Yeah, there you go.
Glory one. Flashing good early speed to the inside.
Here.
Here comes Silver Spice to challenge. Settled back in third. Sister Francis and Vin Blazer Show will be the early trailer. Silver Spice and Category 1 battling it out on the front end.
Wow, I feel good about the place. They're out there.
Yeah.
Sister Francis and Vin Blazer Show. Sister Francis has the lead by a half a length, but the pressure's still there. Category 1 on the outside seems to have
Six
more
might
to
win.
offer.
Yeah, seriously.
Vin
Look
Blazer
at this.
and Sister Francis, the trailer. They hit the head of the lane, and it's Sister Francis, Category 1. These two from the onset battling
Nope.
it out.
Well, look at that,
Now,
though.
Silver Spiced is just gonna be too good in here. Silver Spice is gonna win.
Two,
by 3.
six.
Winner, chicken
One in
dinner.
second.
Look at that.
Vin Blazer
Look at
Show
that.
in third, and Sister Francis rounds out the top 4.
Doubling Down will have it covered this weekend, the Iroquois, by the way. For a second there, I thought the 6 was going to take over the 2. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
But once Stevenson asked the 2 the question, he was gone. Yeah, well, that's how you play the board, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 2651. I think we called the superfecta code.
Yeah, cold.
Ice cold.
Ice cold.
Second goes to number 6, Category 1. Third to number 5, Vin Blazer.
The 6 did take late place money though, and end up second in the pool, but that's okay. We'll cash that one. We'll take our money and we'll move on.
Yeah, and by the way, I did find out today that for the Parks Derby coming up in a couple of weeks, who will be covering it? Ice Cold. Exactus.
He was there last year, so
He was. Yep, him and Larry are back together. Awesome. Only winner is James White.
I heard Baeza is going to be there.
He is, yes. And I'm also hearing my boy Gosger may be there too, which would be
Ooh, that'd be nice.
That would be fun. Exactly. And Baffert horse should be there. So it could be a fun race.
Yes. And if you have, if you're on the East Coast and you have the ability to go, normally they just run the Saturday races, but this year they're running on Friday and Saturday. So they're going to run Friday.
Yeah. And look at good job. Neil won. Neil says, Tim and Sean, why don't you start selling merch with the Trust the Profits on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some of it out there on, if you go to the YouTube channel, there is the ability to get some of it that way. But I think the formula is working on something get something a little better set up. And we are in the works of that. You know that Sean and I wore our cocktail lounge shirts last week.
Yeah,
So we'll have that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, there's someone in the store tab
on YouTube. Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
But it's most of it's the cocktail lounge stuff that's in there. But yes, we need to look at that, and we'll definitely take that, Neil, and
Yeah.
talk to the guys.
Colin, is there some doubling down stuff too? I don't know.
Now entering the
Maybe
winner's
some doubling down
enclosure,
stuff.
the official winner here in race number 1. That's number 2, Silver Spiced.
Silver
is
Spice.
a gray roan gelding, 2 years old, by speculating. Out of the mare Pillow Book by Maria's Mon. Owned by
Maria's Mon, one of my favorite horses. Richie Shosper, Robbie Davis.
Ridden to victory by Neville Stevenson. Number 2, Silver Spice, is proudly bred right here in.
So we get 13 back for our $10. So we're up $3, Sean.
There you go. Love it. There you go.
Was a CTHS.
You know what? Don't laugh. The exacted 2.6, 5.10. That's not bad.
No, I was looking at it afterwards, and I was thinking, maybe we should have just played that, and but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. A win is a win. We move on. Exactly. That's all.
And that's all I was really trying to do is, let's just put a little something, not lose it. Small profit. We're up $3.
We move on. We love it. Yep.
And move on to, like I say, we're going to take the half of the race's favorite that they're going to give us and try to find the prices here.
So the exacta paid $5.10 and the try paid $5.60. Am I reading this right?
Yeah, the try, correct.
Paid 50 cents more than the exacta. That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Oh, see, there you go. Doubling-down.printful.com. You can get that stuff. Exactly. Joseph, we're turning the page, but we won there. So
yeah, we're turning slowly this time.
Slowly, exactly. We're not moving so fast on that one there.
But yes, we are also ready to turn the page and get away from that 4-horse race.
Yes, exactly. But at least we're turning a little bit slower. Exactly. Exactly.
That's all right.
God. Okay. We move on to the second race.
We
50-50 draw, current pull at 5:30. Get
moving on.
Things in. Yeah,
moving
exactly.
on.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We got it. Okay. All right. Race 2, 6 furlongs, claiming purse 10,000, but you've never won 3 races. 3-year-olds, and we have a full field of 7, no scratches. And right now, your current favorite is the 4 Del Vecchio at 3-5. Tim, do we agree or do we not?
Well, I don't know what you've got, so let me tell you what I think here.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, I don't have Del Vecchio on top.
Okay, like it.
And here's why.
Mm-hmm.
This horse don't like to win.
Yeah, I agree.
Look, I know this horse is dropping down a little bit, but let's see. Let me find a one. I got to go way back. August of 23, Sean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
August of 23. And in that time, 1, 2, 3, 4 post-time favorites.
Yep.
And none of those were wins either.
None.
And some of those were kind of this level. So here's the thing. Here's what happens. And this is what I was kind of talking about.
Okay.
Is that when it gets late in the season and we're there, some of these horses, this may be their last time. They may have one more in them. But right now, everybody's trying to find spots for their horses.
Yep.
Everybody wants to run, and they're trying to find spots because with Assiniboia, the one thing is when the meet is over, these horses don't ship and go elsewhere. Most of them go on the shelf.
Yeah.
Most of them go on the shelf until the next meet.
Yeah.
So everybody's trying to find a spot. So that's why when you look across the board here, we're in a 5,000 claimer. The 1's dropping from 75, the 2's dropping from 10, the 3's dropping from 75, the 4's coming out of a stakes. The 5 is coming up a little bit from a 45, but was 6,000 before that. 75 dropper on the 6, a 75 dropper on the 7. So you look at it and it's like, or is everybody trying to dump their horse? No, they're just trying to find a spot to run. And some of them are going to lose horses, and they can live with that because now it's over the winter, right? So some horses will get claimed, but actually the claims kind of go down late in the season, and you don't see a lot of that because everybody's trying to do that because they don't want to have to feed them over the winter in the barn.
Right.
So look, when you see that, it's like looking across the board, it's like, who's running well? I would rather see that. And to me, the horse that's in the best form in the race is the number 2, Rugged Rooster.
Yeah.
I just think that this horse, coming off a win, has 2 wins in the last 3 with a close second to Zebibo in between. Those were all at the 10,000 level. Maiden broke the maiden, came right back with a nice second and a nice first. The times are good enough to win this race, even against Del Vecchio for some of those races that Del Vecchio has been in. So being that Del Vecchio doesn't like to win, and this one seems like it's in form, I'm going to take a shot to beat Del Vecchio in here with the 2, Rugged Rooster. And I'm going to go one further and say that I'm going to put Del Vecchio in third, and I got one more horse that I kind of like in here, and that's Kentucky Jake.
Yep.
Kentucky Jake getting Whitehall up again. He's the regular rider on here. This horse is just consistency, but now we're getting back to running 6 furlongs. And when you look at the race a couple of back and everything, I just throw the shorter races. This horse prefers 6. And if you look at the last 3 at 6, a second and 2/3, always in contention against a few of these in those races with Whitehall up late in the season. I'm just thinking that this one has a shot, but I really do like the 2 on top. You can go 6-4, 4-6 underneath, Sean, but those are the 3 horses I really like. But I really want to take a shot on Rugged Rooster. Is the second favorite at 5-2, but I like 5-2 better than 1-2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, you and I are exactly the same here. I like the 2 very much. 2 for 4. The numbers are very competitive. It can keep improving. That's what I like, is young horses can improve. Even 3-year-olds, his numbers are steadily climbing the right way. 10, 28, 34, 44, they're going the right way, which at the end of the season is what you like. However, my top pick was actually the 6, Kentucky Jake. And the reason I picked that is look at his last races. 3rd, 4th, 2nd, 3rd, 3rd. Oh, wait a minute. That's Open Company. That's not Manitoba Breds. That's Open Company he's been running in the cash and checks against.
Right.
Now he comes back against his own, exactly. So I think that's a definite thing for me. So yeah, Colin likes the 1 for a piece. Here, and again, here's another horse, Open Company, to claiming versus Manitoba, and did come in 3rd at 62.50, so was right there at the end.
Yep. One thing I was going to also mention about Rugged Rooster, Sean, is that if you go back to the first race, which was the only race this horse was in the exacta, if you go back to that race, there were some really good horses in there, and you look at the horse that finished second in there was Gopher. And then if you go and you look at the race 2 back when the horse finished second to Zebibo, if you look at the next race is the stakes race on the card.
Yeah.
And if you go back and you look, I mean, Zebibo is in the stakes race.
Yeah.
And then also, if you look at Commando's Last Dance, it is in that race. Gopher, who was second in that race far back, is in another race tonight against Bettor. So it's just looking at it and seeing where these horses are compared to the level this horse is running at. If this horse was competitive with those, especially like Zebibo, just finished behind Zebibo, who's running in the distaff in the next race.
Yep. There you go.
I think that has to be considered.
Ethan, I don't know. Are you in the right race here, my friend? I love the 5, but can't bet against the 7. So, okay. So if you love that, that's awesome. But 30 and 40 to 1, you're going to win a lot of money, my friend. That's, that is, if they do it, hey, man, God bless you. One Collins said 126, box it and lock it. There you go. You said Collins chucking out the race 3. Okay, I was I was gonna say, like, wow, Ethan is gonna shock the world here tonight with with these two. I like it. Okay, all right.
I was like, Ethan's hitting the bottle early.
Like, wow. Okay.
All right, Ethan, good job.
Good job.
Keep us on our toes, Ethan.
I like it. I love it. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So let me see here. So, okay. So what we're gonna do here is let me see here. Yeah. Obviously the 4 is gonna be tough in this spot. I wouldn't say you can throw him out. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, Colin's getting bold. He's just gonna completely chuck the
he's just chucking them out. Like, Dave, chuck him out. Okay. So we're still trying to get Colin to come down for the Parks Derby. He won't, but we're still trying. Okay, let's see. So it's Riders Up time. And sometimes it does, Senor. Absolutely, Mike. But yeah, okay. So, yeah, Tim, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
All right, let's do it.
I'm just going to do. Yeah, because it's not going to see. The problem is it's not going to pay anything. Wow,
I'm surprised the 4 dropped down to 1 to 5, and the 2 is 5 to 1. The second choice. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, okay. I'm just going to keep it really simple here, and I'm just going to do a $2 try key 4 over the 2-6. No, you know what? Hold on. I like this. Here we go. What do you think of this? A little different. I'm going to do 2-4 with 2-4 with 1-6. I like that better.
I like it.
2-4 with 2-4 with 1-6. I like that.
I like that a lot.
Yep, that's what I like.
That's my format, Sean.
Yeah, that I know.
I love that because you instead of just keying, I mean, just in case it goes the other way. I like
2-4 and 2-4 with 1-6. Yep,
I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only an $8 wager. So.
Yep.
And I don't know. Let me kill that. I don't know why I put key in there. I had the key from your first bet and didn't.
Right. Yeah. That's okay. Mayor Turfway's got 1-2 with 3 with 12, 3, 25. Look at that. Mayor's already got on the calendar. I heard Tim today. Over the weekend, Mike had the power washers in there in the suite, power washing the walls in the
suite.
Yeah, and then making sure that everything was.
You got the suites in Turfway. You got to get the nicotine off the walls and.
Yeah. But he is there's the formula.
What up, formula? Good luck to you, sir.
But yeah, he's getting the walls all power washed and everything, and ready for the suite for opening night. Yep. You're welcome. Yep. Thank you, sir. And we already got 85 in the chat. Thank you to everybody joining us as always. 12/3 just became a federal holiday, opening night of Turfway. Absolutely.
Sean, you want to take this from Joseph? When this meet ends, where do the horses from here go to race? I know not everyone goes to the same place, but is there a bit of a circuit for these horses?
Okay, yeah, Joseph. So a lot of them go to Century Mile. A lot of them go to some like the Wyoming Downs and like some other places that run those meets. Some end up at Turf Paradise down in Arizona. Some of them that's basically where they kind of disperse to.
Yeah, for those that are going to run, but a good number of them just winter.
Just winter. They don't run at all. They just go back to the farms and then we'll see in May.
Yeah, when you look at a lot of these horses and you go back and you look at their previous years for some of the horses that have been around for a while, you will see some of that. And you see that they run Assiniboia, then they're off, then they run Assiniboia, then they're off. And it's just like, if you look in the next race at the number 1 Dazzling Gold, that horse ran last year at Assiniboia, was off in September at the end of the meet and didn't run until July. Assiniboia again. Did that the previous year, did that in 22 to 23, did that 21 to 22. So this horse has 40 lifetime races, all at Assiniboia, has never left.
Yep. Yep. And in a couple of years, this is going to be interesting for those who ever follow Woodbine. Most of the Woodbine horses don't run like after their meet is done. However, a little wrinkle in a couple of years, Belmont Park, the new Belmont Park, is going to have a poly track. So it is not as far to ship to Belmont as it is to Turfway. So you may see a lot more Woodbine horses that usually don't run during the winter, possibly at least ship down maybe for 1 or 2. It's tough to train, though. That's the problem. But they could, at least get one in before the winter's done, when that is open. 0 minutes to post. Miguel likes the 4. Good luck, James. Oh, the Jay Worm's birthday. There you go. Tim at Keeneland and Phoenix Room on the October 24th. Expected to see you there.
I will most likely be there.
There you go. Miguel likes the 4 over the 4-4-4-4. Neil's got a 4-1-2 try box. Good luck, Neil.
Actually, I won't be there. The 24th, I was just looking. The 24th is a Friday, so I won't be there on Friday.
There you go. Okay.
Except for the first week. I'll be there on a Friday, the first full week, should I say. Not opening day. I can't get there. I'm at work, but I'm off the next week. But I'll be there on Saturdays and Sundays for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Throughout the meet. Got my season pass. I'm ready to go.
And what day is that now? Will it be there? October 24th? What day is our friend? Oh, October 24th. Okay.
Yeah, he was talking about the 24th, which is a Friday. So I won't be there. They actually open on the 3rd this year.
Okay.
I'll be there. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday, the 4th and 5th, and then I'll be there all of the next week and then the weekends after that.
Okay. Like it.
Oh, so Turfway at 12-4. Put me up in the Marriott. Sure, you will.
Yeah, K Downs last day tomorrow.
Yes, good luck to everybody. Hit some big ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Normally that last day, bet some long shots.
Yeah. And a one Frankie's holding on with 8 wins, and the Ortiz brothers is 7 right behind him. So it's going to be an interesting last day for the jockey standings. Hey, Dan, how are you?
Yeah, Dan, I was just telling Sean when I got in, I'm still recovering from a big last week at work and Friday, and it's just like I'm starting to get my energy back. Friday was a crazy day for me.
Yeah. Yeah, on October 24th, I may be at Woodbine Mohawk with Kevin Ploucha, if he's still with us, for the Breeders' Crown, which is being run this year at Woodbine Mohawk.
Nice.
And of course, I'll see my friends at Woodbine as well.
That's right, Neil. Cribbage.
Cribbage,
That's
there you go.
my second love.
We're almost to the gate here. Let me bring our friend up here.
Once again, our bet is a trifecta 2-4 with 2-4 with the 1-6 here. Cost you 8. I got to take that other bankroll, Sean.
Jake backs away.
Let's get this 2 home first. 7-2 over the 1-2.
Kevin Ploucher, are you going to the Breeders' Crown? Good, sir.
Kentucky Jake will get a little extra help from the gate crew.
Bobby's got win on the 7. Good luck, Bobby.
His long shot play at 21-1. Good luck, Bobby.
No, I have no idea when that.
Like to.
Yeah, I hear you, Kevin. Same here.
Kentucky Jake once again backs away.
I will not, Dennis.
Front gates are going to open for Kentucky Jake.
No mohawk.
No more.
Once he's in,
He's going with the mullet, Dennis.
Yeah, the mullet. Yep.
Trying to look like you, Dennis.
Me, Dennis, and Billy Ray Cyrus all going to be represented in the Big North.
Dennis, have you gotten a haircut yet?
Now just waiting on picking refs.
James likes the 6. Good luck, James. Oh,
If you're going to be at Churchill this weekend, Dennis, I'll bring my scissors.
They're at the post.
Good luck. Here they go.
From the far outside,
7 going to the
rips
lead.
away well.
Oh,
As is
1.
Vecchio in between horses.
There's 1 sprinting out.
Silver Jaguar
Sprinting right out.
to the early lead. Now
1 on the 4, setting up for the 2. I like it.
Settle back in third, Cavor. In between horses, Diane's Wish. Picking refs 3 wide. Then Kentucky Jake.
I'm surprised where the 2 is right now.
Look at that.
The battle on the front.
Although here he comes. I mean, I'm sure this was the strategy. They saw other speed and thought they would try to do something different, but it's got some work to do.
Picking refs back to third. Rugged Rooster moving up in fourth. Then it's Kentucky Jake, Diane's Wish, and the trailer Cavor.
Here comes the 2.
Ahead of the lane. Silver Jaguar.
Come on,
Got
2.
1 backing up. Back up 1.
These 2 been
Back
battling
up.
out from the start.
Come on, 2.
Get
Come
up,
on,
2.
Come on, 2. Get up there, 2.
6 is flying late, 2 on the outside. Get up, 2.
Carrying on, and is going to win by 2. Second best, Silver Jaguar.
4-2.
Why was the 2 so far back? That's it.
It's a head scratcher. It's a head scratcher.
Where does it say in his form go back by 9? You know, set off the pace by 9. That I don't see that in his form.
I'll have to check the start again and see if something
Yeah,
happened.
maybe, yeah. Yeah, Colin, no, we like the 1 too, bud. Yeah. Look at Neil. Neil 2 for 2.
Good job, Neil.
And you did good getting the 1 in the middle there. That'll help you.
Second goes to number 1, Silver Jaguar.
Good job, Ethan. Way to go, bud.
Has been called to determine the show position.
Yeah, Dan, I'm questioning whether there was any strategy going on.
Yeah. Thank God Ethan canceled his 3-5 that came in last and dead last.
Results of the photo show number 2, Rugged
And he hit the
Rooster.
try instead. Thank
Finishing
God.
third. Fourth goes to number 7, Picking Refs.
Yeah, great job, Neil. And that with the 9-1 in the middle, that will definitely help everything. Yep. The one thing playing it this way is, and this is the one thing, is that the 4 kills basically everything. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes. So the 4-2 was your favorite in the exacta pools, paying $740 for 2. The 4-1 pays $1190. So Definitely a better payoff going that way.
Yeah. Was Laurent riding the 2?
Hey, Mike,
Hey,
we
hey,
can't talk about Flo because I'm telling you, at Kentucky Downs, the man is like, he's riding like
fire.
old Flo.
The man is fire. Exactly. He's riding on fire right now.
He's actually up there just behind Frankie, who is leading the jockey stats. And depending how things shake out tomorrow, you can have one of like 6 guys win the jockey title.
Yeah, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Tim, I think like on a percentage basis in the money, I think like Flo's like either 1 or 2. And to like he a lot of his mounts, and they haven't been favorites either. He's been bringing them in all over the board.
Yeah, he does ride that track really well.
Very well. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And Sean will tell you that last weekend I was making fun of the fact that he was bringing horses in. So in our chat group, I was sending notes, and every time he won, I was like, Flo actually found a track he can win at.
Exactly. Yep. Tour de Force 2026. We do not know about that, my friend. We'll have to see.
Yeah, but there's a chance because the formula was talking to us recently about the possibility of being able to handle it a little differently. The logistics behind the scenes is what makes that really hard to do.
Yeah.
And he might have a way for us to do that a little simpler. It might adjust the wagering format. Instead of being able to bet anything and everything, it might change what you're able to put in as wagers. But I still think it'll be fun.
Yeah, Nick. Long shots are very big at KD. Yep. I think that first Thursday was like the first time ever they had like 8 favorites. That never happens.
Yes, that was definitely out of the ordinary.
Race 2 is official in the upcoming 3rd race. Kicking off jackpot.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. I love Tour de Force.
It's our featured race, the 30th running of the Distaff.
Funniest story ever was last week. I was at Plain Ridge up here, and
there are no changes.
And it's funny, right? Someone said to me, he said, "I've never bet your boy Junior again at Kentucky Downs." The very next race, Bill Mott Jr. They win. They win.
And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that Bill Mott and Junior and
Godolphin?
And Godolphin?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm telling you, if that's the trifecta, then you need to bet it.
You have to, exactly. Those
guys are killing it. Formula said he's going to leave it to Ombre because he normally does it. But Colin, I gave credit to the wrong guy. It was Colin's idea. I knew somebody had said something, but there was an idea of maybe being able to do something. So hopefully,
there you go.
Hopefully.
Yeah, Miguel's happy. He got the 4 or the 444. Exactly.
Way to go. Get the 1 to 5 shot home.
Yeah. Free cash draw.
240, 210, and 210.
Yeah, we're doubling down.
Might have been out in full force in the first 2 races.
Dennis, that I will tell you, that is not his favorite track. I'll just leave it at that. That is not his favorite track to ride.
And look, I love Junior and everything, but I think Junior is definitely, and Sean, I would like your opinion, but I think he's definitely a much better dirt rider than turf rider. Not that he's not a good turf rider, but I think he's a much better dirt rider.
Yeah, I mean, he's really honed his dirt craft. You know what I'm saying? He's a very good turf rider. He's really good on the dirt. You know, I would say that's a fair assessment. That also helps when Bill Mott has a lot of, but Riley but as I said to people, the mistake that people make is that he won the Saudi Cup, he won the Pegasus. Those weren't Mott horses. Those weren't Riley Mott horses. Those were, they were just all Billy Mott horses. He's winning dirt races. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Fort Washington,
and
so.
the Arlington.
Yeah, right. You're in Arlington Million. I mean, yeah, any $1 million race, Junior's going to be right there. So
I agree. I saw somebody on Horse Racing X a week or so ago that was posting like top 5 jockeys that they thought in the game right now, and they didn't have Junior in there. And I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Look, as good as Irad or Jose or Pratt or Tyler or anybody is in the game right now, if you don't have Junior in your top 5, then you're not looking at things rationally.
Right. Or as I love to say to people, one of my friends said, did you know that Junior only won 19 races at the Saratoga meet? I said, did you know he won 8 or 9 stakes? So when 50% of your wins are stakes races, as Mike Smith says, who cares what the other races are? He said, when you're winning.
That's why they call him Big Money Mike, because he's winning all the big money
exactly.
races.
He said that 3 years ago. He said, I only had like 17 wins at Del Mar, but 12 of them were stakes races. He said,
exactly.
He said, that's kind of the goal. He said, at this age, that's the goal. And Del Vecchio was claimed by A2 Thoroughbreds, Michael Nault.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, now we're going to turn the page a lot
bigger
faster.
operations up at Assiniboia.
Yeah. Now we're going to turn the page, and congratulations to everybody who won. Look at Bobby D, already prepared. 1-7 with 125. Gotta love it. All right. Third race here is the mile, the distaff. Purse, 40,000. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Exactly. And we have a full field of 8. No scratches. And our favorite right now is the
7.
Yeah. Mechanic Susie, 1-2 on the in the morning line. Only at 7-2.
7-2. Lukewarm. Look at that. Exactly. Early money, that'll change.
That will change. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, the pool totals are extremely low right now.
Exactly. So here we go. We got our buddy. Yeah. So Felipe's happy for Nicky Split to be in this race. And yeah, and Nicky Split had no chance last time when it was declared a no starter. So let's just throw that race right out.
Yeah, and that was the race, if you remember and go back, Sean, I think to where she got her head turned in the gate, and then right as the gate opened, and because her head was turned, the starter wasn't able to let go of her head in time, so they declared her a non-starter.
Yeah. So we're going to look at this race almost like that race didn't happen, because it really didn't. Exactly. So both Kurt and Stretch picked the 7 to win this race, which is interesting. TM's going a exactly key box 5, 6, 7. Todd's got the 7 to win in place. All right. But who did I have? That is the question.
That is
all right. That is the question. Well, in this race, I was all over the 7 as well. Elton Dickey, Antonio Whitehall, 50% on the meet in 22 starters. That's not bad.
No.
That gets paychecks. And 4 for 8 with 2 seconds at this distance. Again, that's not bad. So, and the mile distance is where Antonio makes most of his hay. And the escape clause, I know when he that was just a terrible trip where he got caught way, way wide. So I'm just going to throw that one completely out. And and notice what it says. 3-year-olds and up, Manitoba and Saskatchewan foals, right? So what that means is if you look at this, that mechanic Susie ran 8th. Well, what happened? That was the escape clause. That wasn't state the Manitoba breds. That was open company.
Yes.
So you just throw that one completely out. So I do think Mechanic Susie is the one to beat here. Second, Nickety Split, especially if our friend Rashad Knights, who I think has had a little disappointing meet overall this year versus expectations, but still knows how to get a horse on the lead and will be right there in the end. And I think she will definitely be a strong second here. And then my third horse is the who did I have here? The 4, Catch the Dream. Over 9 at the distance, but I do like the fact that this horse has been running consistently 7 furlongs. I don't like the fact that Bennett's off and Townsend's on, but Townsend gets a lot across. So I was trying to get a little value underneath. I'm not sure if I would, I definitely wouldn't put the 4 in like the win position, but maybe if the race is all, if the race unfolds too much up front, maybe the 4 can get a piece. So I was 7, 5, 4, and 2.
Okay, so we definitely have similar picks up top, but underneath we're a little bit different.
Yeah.
Phone's ringing, dude.
Thank you, Donnie.
All right, always funny. Yeah, look, Sean, Mechanic Susie, I saw the same thing you did as far as you look at the last 3 races. 2 of those were for Manitoba, Saskatchewan breds.
Yeah.
And let's see, both of those, yeah, they were wins. And that's where we're at right now. The escape clause was open, and that was much deeper waters. But none of those horses are in this race.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, other than Mechanic Susie, right? So, but yes, she should be a big favorite in here. The 2-1 surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I think there's still going to be money come in on this horse. But underneath that, when you look across the board, look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The thing is, Sean's 2 horses, I don't have either one of them underneath.
Yep. Yeah.
And I've got 2 different ones. And this is why, because I think underneath just about anything could happen.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I looked at the 4, Sean, and the one thing that kind of baffled me is that Bennett's not in this race.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I didn't like.
So why are they not riding Bennett? And I just looked at a lot of those races, and we're going a mile. This horse has ran 5 straight at 7.5, but it's really not a difference. But does have a couple of decent closes at 7.5, so you would think that they would like the mile. But I don't like the jockey change.
No.
Okay,
no.
so it makes me wonder a little bit.
I did like the fact that he was 6 out of 9 in the money. Like at the distance. That's why I thought for third.
One that I do kind of like because of a jockey change is the 2 Island High.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So this is Lise Pruitt and getting Sven up, and Sven has had a really good meet this year.
Yes,
overall, I mean, he's only ridden for Lise twice, and he's got 1 win, and their ROI is 485. So pretty decent when you look at the numbers on this. I think they fit, especially if you look at that last one and you go back at the beginning of that race. This horse was out of the race from the beginning because of the bad start. So you can just kind of line through that. And if you look at the speed figures at the races before that, I mean, they're as good as anybody in here, to include Mechanic Susie.
Yeah.
So exactly. I like the 2 a whole lot underneath, and at 7-1, I mean, that puts that horse right now at like 4th favorite. So maybe 3rd. Just click down. No, 4th. So 4th favorite. I think the 2's got a big shot in here. And then here's one that I was talking about last race in that the 40 race mare that's been at Assiniboia for every race and goes off every September and comes back in June or July. And she just keeps coming back, and 8 years old, and gets Bino back up. But look at her races this year, Sean.
Yeah.
She has 2 firsts and a second.
Yeah.
And yes, this is a little deeper waters. I get that. But like we were talking about, when you look, I just think she's a hard trying type. Michael Naughton, Bino, she's done really well. And sometimes when horses are just doing that well, it's like it really doesn't matter the company. They're just competing and they're right there. And look at the numbers for Bino and Nault, Sean.
Yeah.
57%.
That's amazing.
I mean, they're 57% together. So I wouldn't count this horse out at all. And I think she's one at 8-1 that I like quite a bit. And then I did have a horse at a little bit of a shot here as my next play would be my 4th horse, and that is Zabibo. And Zabibo is the one that, we talked about Rugged Rooster in the last, and Rugged Rooster came with the run late, but this is the horse who 2 back beat Rugged Rooster in that race, and she was the favorite in there, and it was a little bit different. And this is definitely deep waters for this one. I don't think she has any shot at the exacta, but I think that the way that she comes late, she's got a real good shot at getting up for a piece of the trophy.
Yeah.
So I ended up being 7-2-1-3.
Okay. TM's going exact key box 5 with a 6-7. 5's going to place in the 5. What time is it? Nickety time, says Felipe. Neil's got a 7-5-4 try box. Bobby D's got a win on the 8. Todd's got 7 to win in place. Thank you, Dennis. Jackpot high 5 going up to 167,000. Yes, very exciting. Churchill Downs back on track. As I always say to somebody, right, I always hold up a blank piece of paper, right, to my friends. I said, what is this? Represent? They're like, I have no idea. I said, so I'll do it right now, okay? Here's a blank piece of paper right there. What does that represent? The amount of notes I took on the races at Kentucky Downs.
Kentucky Downs.
Because they mean absolutely nothing anywhere else.
No. No, they don't.
What happens in Franklin seems to stay in Franklin. Miguel's got 3-7-7-3. Good luck, Miguel.
All right, Sean. I think I know what I'm going to do here.
I like it. I like it.
All right, here we go. I'm going to play a $2 trifecta key. We're going to key the 7 with the 1-2-5.
Yep. Love it. I like it.
My debate was going back and forth between whether I wanted to add my 3 in and completely fade the 5. And I thought, the 5, there's a lot of reasons that the 5 makes sense in this race. I was kind of playing against that one. But I do see it. So yeah, I think the 5 was a little better play than the 3 when I went back and forth and looked at the 2 at the last second. So
yeah.
Hopefully
and
that
Rick
does.
Albert, hey buddy, you got a 7-1 exacta. Good luck, Rick. Got some pick 5s up there by Kurt and Stretch. If you're interested in those, $19 play, $24 play. Not that big for a pick 5 at all.
Jackpot pick 5.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say. Jackpot. Pick 4 is coming up in the next race. The guaranteed pick 4.
Yeah. Yes. Always exciting. One of the best bets in North America.
I like that one.
It's post time.
All right. So let's see. That's a $12 wager. Let's adjust our bankroll.
Yes.
Horses are loading up.
Loading up.
Did we give the volume to Kurt there, Sean?
Yep.
All right. Look at the 3 on the gate. Not the horse.
yeah.
Look at the number of them.
The first one in the starting gate.
Oops.
He's going to run the wrong way around the racetrack. His number's backwards.
I'm going to take a picture of that.
It's pretty funny.
Well done, people. Well done.
Dazzling
I'm taking a
gold.
picture of
The
that.
next one
Right
in.
there.
And it's like, that's the sign. Here's your sign.
There you go.
Island High. She'll be next.
Bet the 3.
Good luck, everyone.
See, Dan, there it is. Exactly. This race is going to be ass backwards. We're coming to the gate.
Here comes Bebo.
Zabibo in the backwards 3.
Now catch the dreams turn. The 3-year-old
Dream.
Nikki Split.
Catch the spirit. Catch the spirit.
This is the first race tonight that we haven't seen a favorite, the 7, to where the show pool was just like really big and lots of money.
Yeah,
Two left to
exactly.
load. Commando's Last Dance.
The first 2, they hammered the favorite in the show pool.
Now just wait on the
Not in this
3-5
one.
favorite.
No.
Mechanic
A little more
Susie.
cautious.
They're all set. They're at the post. And they're off in the 30th running of the distaff. From the inside, Dazzling Gold was away very well. And was Island High 2 wide. Pressing 3 wide. It's going to be Commando's Last Dance 4 wide. Rushed
7
into Pearl.
perfect.
Mechanic Susie watching the action in 5th. Another length.
Antonio in the
sitting
stalking
behind.
position.
That's going to be Nickety Split with Zabibo and the trailer.
The
Gonna
2
be
long
Dazzling
shots up front.
Dream. The opening quarter, 26 and
Yeah.
1. And it's Commando's Last Dance with the lead by a length and a half over Russian Pearl in second. Hugging the rail, Dazzling Gold. 3 wide, Mechanic Susie starting to move with Island High in between horses. Nickety Split still patient. A gap of 5 more back here. Trailers going to be Zabibo and Catch the Dream. The half 50 and 4. A log jam on the front end. As on
There
the
goes
inside,
Susie.
Commando's Last Dance.
Yep.
To the far outside. Here comes Mechanic
Island
Susie.
High right with her.
Come on, 1.
Commando's Last Dance.
Come on, 1
Trying
and
to
6.
feather
Let's
his way
go.
up the rail is Dazzling Gold.
Come on, come on, 1 and 6. Come on. That 2's tired. Let's go.
Now pours on
Come on,
Blake,
1.
And she's
Come
gonna
on, 1.
open
Who's
up
that
by
6?
3. Dazzling Gold trying to
Not you,
rally
2.
for second.
We need the 2 to get up in front of the 6.
Yeah. Come
We
on,
don't have
2.
the 6.
Oh, we don't have the 6. Oh, I thought we had 7-6.
Dazzling
Oh,
Gold in second.
whoops.
Third's
The
gonna go
wrong.
to Commando's
No,
Last
7-1-2.
Dance,
Oh,
and
5. Darn it.
to Island High.
I was rooting the wrong horse. Darn it.
Look, Dazzling Go went off at 15-1. That's what I was saying. She didn't know what class race she's in.
Yeah, no. Jay Worm had what was it, 7-2?
It was 7-1.
7-1. Okay,
7-1-6. I'm surprised the 2 died like that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Huh. 7-6. Dazzling Gold.
Come on, Dennis. That was not an easy trifecta. That 7 is a surprise. If you had it, I'm saying great pick. But that was an easy pick in that 6. I mean, there's a reason that horse was 25-1, second longest shot.
Yeah. No.
That horse didn't fit as well as some of the others.
No. But was 3 for 5 at the distance. Wow.
Yeah.
But Neil just hit a dud.
We had a few people hit here.
Yeah, Rick hit. Yeah, Rick had 7-1, right? Nice. Great hit, Rick.
Bobby D had the exacta 1-7.
Good job, Bobby D.
We just needed that 2 to get up.
I know, man.
How's that 6 hold on after doing that? Well, because they let her go so slow up front.
Yeah. I thought the 2 was going to run right by Zach, and then she just stopped. For the wrong horse.
Dennis, I'm not saying you didn't say that. That's not what I said. I'm saying to say the 6 was an easy pick. You picked it, and I congratulate you. I'm not taking anything away from you.
Yeah, no, we were just saying the 6 wasn't as to say that was an easy trifecta. You hit the trifecta, but to say it's an easy one with the 6, is exactly. But Rick did awesome. Dennis, awesome. And Bobby, awesome. Everybody who hit it, awesome. Curtis was darn close. He needed he had 2 of the 3 legs.
But that should pay pretty decent there.
That's great. Yeah.
Even with the favorite up top, 15-1 over 25-1 underneath. Even when you're looking at the exacta here, the 7-1 pays 37 for 2. So
yeah,
should pay pretty decent.
Antonio Whitehall just owns these mile races. It's amazing.
Yeah, he does. And the horse made a lot of sense in here. That's why
totally. Yeah.
I couldn't get to the 6. We needed that 2 to get up, and we'd have cashed as well.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Especially with the 1 in the middle,
Mechanic Susie is a dark bear brown mare, 5
years old.
Mechanic
Susie.
Under the mare Quantum Mechanics by Einstein. Owned by Tom Payne, Larry Falloon, and Elton Dickey.
Yeah, TM, that's what I was kind of saying when Sean and I differed underneath. It was like I thought the 7 was a standout, but underneath is what we were saying. Anybody could have come in. So,
yeah. That's
kind of what added to the complexity is any of the other 7 could have finished underneath.
And absolutely.
Race 3 is official in the upcoming 4th race.
Absolutely.
Communications.
Yeah, look at the price.
$44 for 20 cents.
Yeah.
A $446 $2 try.
With a $3 horse on top.
Actually, though, Sean, I was 7-2-1 if I'd have just done the exacta instead. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20 and makes us all geniuses after the race. But that really is not a bad payout for those horses.
Not at all. Yeah.
Dazzling Gold. There she is again. Hasn't been out of the exacta this year.
Yeah, the surprise GM, I don't know what I'm.
Damn it, Sean! Look at the screen. Damn it!
Oh, come on,
James Neufeld.
James Neufeld. How can you? Come on now.
Congratulations, you're our VIP.
Not us again. Actually, look. I'm actually not. You heard me. I was playing completely against the 5 there. I didn't really like the 5 in that spot. And there were a few reasons, but
I will say this, though. When I saw him in the back, I'm like, what is Knights doing?
10 for
He's
20,
supposed to be on the lead,
50
and he
for
just
50, or
he had him way
200
back.
for $100.
But you know, if you go back to like one of the first couple of weeks in Tuesday Night Lights here,
Yeah.
I talked about how Rashad had a good year last year, and I thought that he was going to do better this year.
Yeah.
He didn't. He didn't even do as well. He really did not have a good year. He's
tonight, and proceeds to
No.
benefit Final Furlong and the Winners Foundation.
not what I was expecting.
You do not need to be present to claim your prize. Check asdowns.com for the winning number.
Ethan's
All right.
always a race ahead. I love it.
But you know what we do, Sean?
We turn the page.
Turn a page.
Fourth race, Assiniboia Downs, 6
So
furlong.
far the favorites are 3 for 3.
Yep. They're living up to their name. Maiden claiming first 10,000 for Minotaur Reds, 3-year-olds and up. Tonight is a tribute to the Manitoba Reds.
Yes.
And what do we like here, good sir?
I hate to say it. So a maiden 10 and going through, and this is kind of what we talked about earlier. It's like if you look at everybody in here, the 7 has stayed at the same level, and everybody else, the 3 as well, 7 and 3. Everybody else is dropping down a little bit. Not huge, but dropping down a little bit. Now, you know, when we get a huge favorite like this, right now the 4 is 2-1. If we get a huge favorite in here, it is a maiden race. So these are the places that I typically like to play against the favorite.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I'm going to go to the 4. Not true.
Yeah, not true. Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, we're back to 6 furlongs, but Whitehall, this was the spot of the night. I had him going back to back here, and Not True just looks like a horse against a lot of horses who don't have great lines here in this maiden race. There's nobody that's like consistently been knocking on the door. The 5 you can make a case for because the 5 only had the 1 start in there, but I went back and watched that race a couple of times, and even though you see the 6-4-2 line that looks like the horse is closing up, the horse was second, beaten 6 3/4. Now I know Sean likes to play a lot of times, and that was 5.5, and now stretches out a little bit. Sean loves to play a horse that was beaten by lengths, but that's not like a huge margin, but just soundly beaten in that race, and I didn't think it was a very good race. So I was definitely more against the 5. But I think the 4 makes a lot of sense. And yes, has 12 races. So do we have lucky number 13 this time? Whitehall getting on kind of made a difference last time, Sean, from the previous races. Now that was 7.5, and we know he prefers that, but I still think that even on the cutback here, this horse looks like a winner in the right spot. And it's like you talked about the Nonios earlier and how they have to kind of run into shape. Well, I think 13 races is it. This horse has kind of done that. Underneath that one, I went to the 6 in here, Dreaming Out Loud. This is one that does have a couple of races. I'm willing to forgive the last race. When you look at that, was 5th, beaten 9.5, but just behind Not True. So that was a better field in that race. And if you look 2 back, actually at 6 furlongs, Sean was in a maiden special weight and finished second. And to who? Mini Glazed Donut, who, if you remember, won last week.
Yeah.
So this is a horse gets Knights back up, but last time, if you look at the bad performance, got Cumberbatch. So Knights gets back aboard. So the 6 is one. I think that definitely factors in here. I went back and forth after that as to whether or not I wanted to play the 5 or whether or not I wanted to look for a horse at a price. I mean, the 5 would make sense as your normal 3rd. So I'll put that one in there, but I'll just add one more. And that is that I think there's a chance the 7 might wake up. Did I lose Sean? All right, we'll keep going. But I think there's a chance here that the 7 might wake up. The lines, this is one to where you're kind of reading between the lines and looking at everybody else in the field and trying to make a case for somebody. And this was the one that I kind of looked at and figured that this one might be able to move forward a little bit off of that performance. So Blinkers Back Off has raced with blinkers. The first 3 races were without them and then raced with blinkers. And now they're taking the blinkers back off and going back to 6 furlongs. And again, it's just comparing to the rest of the field. It's not really looking at the horse in those lines. It's hard to see something there. It's trying to read the race more than read the lines. And that was just one that I like. Some of them, the lines may look a little better on paper, but there's a lot not to like. I don't think the one has done anything since coming back off of a 2-year layoff. Those races were both horrible. I don't like the 2 at all. So the 3 is one that, maybe has an underneath shot that I was kind of looking at. So I just think it's those. I mean, it's the 4 on top. Then I was the 6 underneath that. I think the 5 makes sense, but the 3 and the 7, you can maybe make a case for. The 1 or the 2 are definitely tosses to me. But that's what made the 4 stand out to me, Sean, is that when you look at most of these, it's hard to like anything they've done.
Okay. Yep. All right.
What'd you think?
I have my technical stuff there, but we're back.
6 on the walk here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So okay. So my top pick was the 5, and it's not. I know that is my angle, but I did write 2 notes here. A, Anonios actually running a good race in their first race. That's unusual, right? A. B, it was versus Open Company. Now we're in a race for Ontario breds. So now it's coming into a race against Open. So if this thing came in second to Ghost Y'all, who would be 1-9 in this field, because exactly, versus Open, now it's coming into, and now Bennett shows up on this horse, which I like. And so I think this horse, if he did second to Ghost Y'all in an open race, perhaps the half furlong and the going up against their own could be a dangerous combination here. I'm just like you though. I think at second, not true. I think this horse, Whitehall, made all the difference with this horse for sure last time. And interesting, dropping back to the 6 furlongs off the 7.5, but has run very well too at this level. And so should be right there. I think Whitehall, huge help for this horse. And then third, I was also with the 6 again in this race, Dreaming Out Loud, Junior Hunter and Rashad Knights. Yeah, came in second in the first race, regressed a little bit to 5th, but again, that was against Open Company. And now finds its own versus this thing. So I was 5, 4, and then 6.
They're the 3 that make sense. I mean, whatever order you put them in, I mean, they are the 3 logicals when you look at the rest.
Yeah, for sure.
And Stretch and Kurt have the same 3 in different orders.
What were your 3 again? What were your 3 again?
I was the 4 on top, then the 6 and the 5.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. This is an interesting, exactly. This is one of those races where it could go like either way.
All right, Sean, I think we need it. It's that time.
Yes, sir.
Riders up!
Let's go.
Love it. This should be interesting. Let's see.
The 5's on his toes.
Yeah. Guaranteed pick 4 pool $50,000. You playing pick 4 tonight, Tim?
I hadn't looked to go all the way across. I've got all my picks. I could definitely drop a ticket in. So yeah, I probably need to do that.
Yeah.
Well, we got 50,000 guaranteed. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Bobby D's got 5, 6 with 1, 2, 4. Good luck, Bobby. See how these horses look on the track here. Four, 5, 6, 7. Love it even. There's Antonio Whitehall. Matthew Bett. Okay. Rick Albert's got number 3 win play show and the 5 to win. Oh no, three across and the 5 to win. Neil's got a 5, 4, 6 try box. $50,000 in the pool. 4 is down to 3 to 2 now. Here's our problem, and I think you agree. The exactas are pretty low. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I know what I want.
Give me 1 second, Sean.
Jake, no, we don't have to do it right now.
All right, real quick, just for everybody, I'm going to drop this in the chat. This is an $18 play for the $1 pick 4. Just so you know, I've got a couple of shots in there with the favorite in the third leg there. In the second leg, kind of spoiler, we haven't gotten to it. I'm completely against the favorite, which is probably going to be the 5 in there. I'm just playing 1-4. The 1 is a price and a horse I really like. And then in the last one, my single, I'm going to try to single the 2 in there. That horse should be the favorite and one that I really like tonight. So that, again, is a total of $18 for that play.
Wow. All right.
The guaranteed pick 4. But yes, Sean, to get back to your question, looking at the exactas right now, the 4-5 is the favorite. And the 4 is still continuing to hold favoritism, which is paying $11.60 for 2. If you flip that around, the 5-4 is actually not too bad, honestly. If you like the 5 on top, that's paying $17. So, about 50% more, than than it is paying the other way. And right as I said that, it kind of changes a little bit. So 1190 and 1670. So still a little bit of a difference there. Almost a $5 difference with the 5 on top, $5 more than with the 4 over the 5.
Yeah. All right. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to break the bank here.
Let's do it.
There you go. All right. I really did. Okay. I think 5 to 2. I'm going to do 5 to win and place in the 5. Yeah.
There's Sean's play, 5 to win and place on the 5.
I think it's going to go up to 5 to 2. And I really think Matthew Bennett, this horse against no nuances, don't usually run first time out well. If this one's running, it probably has some talent. It was against open company. And I'm just not liking the 4 I like, the 6 I like, but nothing to me like is it. If you box them, you get like $2 back. You know what I'm saying? Which is not to me worth it. I'd rather try to, and this I'm trying to explain to people. I'd rather hit a little bit than 8 to 5 now.
Yeah, the 5 starting to take a little money. That's what I was going to say. They were all 3 2 to 1 just a second ago.
Yeah.
Now the 5 is 8 to 5. The 4 is 9 to 5. So they're really close. And the 6 is 5 to 2.
Yeah.
So just behind them. So the money's kind of split when you look at the win pool between the 3 of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
In the place pool, it is 4 5 6. And in the show pool, it is 4 5 6. So pretty solid across the board. Now the 5 has a little more win money, but the 4 has more place and show.
Yeah. And good luck, Jed. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Sunday and Sally. Kurt Stenritz got 4 with the 3 5 6 7.
Nothing like the first couple of races with the amount of money that was coming in on those heavy favorites here. Pretty evenly split and a lot less money.
You never know. All you need is someone to hit like a $20 win bet on some horse, and your horse will go, you know? Oh, he's down there.
And now just waiting on Pleasant Time. They're all set. They're at the post. And they're off. Stumbling a bit at the start was Mila Maria. From the middle of the track,
again.
I'm a jaw dropper. And to the outside now, Dreaming Out Loud will take over the lead rather easily by 2 lengths. Just speculating, getting dragged up close in second. Pleasant Time in third. Settle back in fourth. I'm a jaw dropper. Not True is in fifth. 2 more lengths back to Sundance Sally. And Mila Maria is the trailer. The lead still Dreaming Out Loud with Just Speculating. Now looking Dreaming Out Loud in the eye. 3 lengths back to Pleasant Time. Trying to reel them in. Here comes I'm a Jaw Dropper. Not True. Sundance Sally, Mila Maria. They hit the head of the lane. And it's Dreaming Out Loud and Just Speculating. The lead by 2. Coming like a freight train.
Here comes
I'm
the
a
5.
Jaw Dropper. But running out
Is
of
it too
ground.
late, though?
It's still Dreaming Out Loud.
Yeah, it's a little too late there, Matty.
Speculating. A 16th of a mile to go. I'm a Jaw Dropper. Trying to nail him.
Oh, that was close to wow. I didn't even think he'd get up for a second. You know? Wow. That was close. What was it, 5 6?
Yeah, 5. I think it was 5 6 5.
Huh?
5 6 3.
Oh, you think the 5 got him?
I think so.
Oh, let's see. That was close. In your
Yeah,
6 and the 5.
I think he got him, just timed it. But look, I'm baffled tonight, Sean. As this race was unfolding, I was sitting here looking and I'm saying, this is what's happened every race: is you get a couple of horses out front and everybody else is taking so far back, and the speed's actually holding pretty well tonight.
Yeah.
And the speed up front, and people aren't closing into it. And the 5 was able to get some run here late, and you can see. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 5. It's close, but I think the 5 got up just before the wire.
Yeah. And what are the
speed up
6 saying?
And even that long shot we had, the last race or the race before that kind of held on for a piece there. It was because the speed is not backing up tonight at all like it has, and everybody's struggling to close into it. Yeah, we'll look at that in the next couple of races as we get into them here, and make sure we're looking at where we think horses are going to be and who's going to be up front.
Pleasant time.
What does the 5-6 pay exactly?
The 5-6 is paying. Let's see. The 5-6, $13.60. 5-4 ended up being the lowest, so 5-6 was $13.60.
Right, it was $13.60. Right, and this is where, folks, is that if I'm trying to make a play, is that like I didn't love the 3, so I would have lost that way, right? I like the 5, you know what I'm saying? But if you box even the 4, 5, 6, you're wagering 12 to get 13. That's not worth it. If I'm playing on my normal self, I'm probably going to get something to eat.
Right.
I'd rather do that. But just if you like a horse, just try to nail them on top and say, so we'll actually make more than that on the, on the 5 to win place rather than the exact.
And that's race number 4 in the books, and that's 4 straight favorites.
Yep. Thank you, Felipe. Jay Worm got the try. Nice job.
Good job with the 3 underneath. You remember I was talking about the 3 and the 7 being the 2 that I thought, other than the 4, 5, 6, that would be the 2 competing. Did not expect Antonio to be a no-show, but it was. I'm telling you, it's like the guy goes to 6 furlongs and forgets how to ride.
Yeah, seriously.
How many times do we say it? It's just like it seems to happen.
That's why, you know what? You remember, Tim, I actually said to you, why is he dropping back to 6 furlongs when I actually had him like third? I said, why are we going back to 6 furlongs?
No, he was better at 7.5.
Yeah, exactly. Keep him at the long distance.
By his owner, Christy DeJarlis. Also, number 5, I'm a jaw dropper, is a CTHS sales grad, and upon this maiden breaking win, did receive a blank.
Yeah, so at least we catch, right?
Of the CTHS.
So we get 850, 17, and 21. So
I'm alive in the pick 4 after 1 leg.
Yay.
This is where I'm trying to beat the favorite, though.
Yeah, love it. I'm just going to step away for 1 minute, my friend. You're right back.
This is also where I said I had a horse that I was including in my pick 4 play that was a price 12-1 morning line, and now sitting at 5-2 second favorite. I don't get it. I mean, I do get it. I like the horse a lot and thought the line was crazy, but seems that happens quite a bit here, that we see horses at a little bit of a morning line odds, and I pick them 5, 6, 8, like this one 12-1, and they open up and they never get any. Hopefully, though, they weren't heavily played in the pick 4s, but probably were. Take a look at some will pays here to this race. So, yeah, if you're looking at the doubles to this race, the 5 was definitely the favorite. And then you've got the 8, the 2, the 4, Even the 6 is right there with the 1. And if you look at the pick 3s going into this race, the 5 is a huge favorite over, again, the 8, the 4, the 2, and the 1 is actually up there quite a bit. So maybe these odds don't hold on the 1. It's obviously early money. A lot of times the early money kind of continues to come in, and we see this consistently at Assiniboia. But the horizontals say the 1's not getting a lot of play, so hopefully we can keep that one going in the pick 4. What's up, Tom? Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, nice. Open mic comedy. Love it. Get our payouts from the last race and update our bankroll here. We hit 5 to win in place on the favorite in the last race. So that'll be 2175 added back. And the bankroll's back up to 94.75. So here we are. 4 races in, halfway through the card, and we're kind of holding steady. Let's see if we can turn that around and turn a profit. Let's take a quick look while we wait for Sean. This one here in the 5th race, we're going 6 furlongs on the dirt, claiming price 5,500 for 3-year-olds and up. All of the Manitoba, Saskatchewan bred races that we've had so far, and now we hit a little bit of an open claimer here. So competition level should come up a little bit. The numbers certainly look like that. We got Doc Higgins, the 1 here. Tried to go gate to wire in the last race, 7.5 furlongs. Just nipped by a length in that one. Late in the stretch, held the lead until late in the stretch in there. 1 mile and a 16th before that, and held the lead for a good portion of that. So a front runner, which we like to see. We know speed is holding. That is the horse that off the 12 to 1 morning line that I thought had a really good shot in here. Currently at 4 to 1, but I like that a lot. Yes, Felipe, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So that's why I kind of point that out. The 1 was one of the horses I liked. The 2, getting Patterson up. Whitehall's been riding this one and gets Patterson on. So a little bit of a downgrade there. Getting back to the 6 furlongs after 5.5 in the last one. The last time at 6 furlongs, 2 back at a 75 claimer, which is just above where we're at, but most of these are going to be dropping down as we hit the late in season like we've been talking about. But this one's going to be off the pace a little more, or at least has been. Hasn't showed really any front running, so maybe close, but not there. The 3, not interested. Currently sitting at 4 to 1. The 4, Please the Court. This was my other horse that I played in my pick 4. Currently sitting at 9 to 1. This one wants to sit a little bit further back, not towards the back of the pack. I would say tactical in that 3rd, 4th position, somewhere around there. Going to try to make a run after that. This one won as a favorite last time out, beating Gallant Oak, who's also in this race. Bandera Azteca, this is currently your 2 to 1 favorite. So this one sat just off the pace before making a run mid-race, taking the lead and following through all the way around. Going to be close. This one's also showed a lot of early speed, so going to be competitive in here. Siobhan Bale stays on board this one. Speed figures are right there with what we see on both the 4 and the 1 in previous races. The interesting thing to me about the 1, and one of the things is this one's on the cutback from the mile and 16th, which this one ran the 2 races before that, went to 7.5, which as we know here is still a 2-turn race. Now cuts back to a 1-turn race, and this horse doesn't have any races at 6 furlongs. When you look early on, did have a 5.5 furlong race in the very first race at Remington Park way back in 23, but since then hasn't gone shorter than 7 furlongs. But that 7 furlong race was a 1-turn race at Delta Downs and did win that race. So that's a positive. I like this horse on the cutback quite a bit. Continuing on past the 5, Gallon Oak. This is one was right there, put a nose in front in the lane last time out, and now changes barns, getting into the Goulet barn. Monique Goulet, if you look, is 5 for 6 in the money. So having a pretty decent meet. Goes from Siobhan Bale to Rashad Knights, though. Definitely going to be coming from a little further back, I think, in this race, most likely. The 7 and the 8, the 7, and the 9 are horses that are invading here. The 9 does have a race over the surface. The 7 does not. Coming in, we saw a few of these last week coming in from the North Dakota Horse Park.
Yeah,
most of them did not do well. This one has shown some early speed, so something to keep in mind. But coming from that track, that's a pass for me. Right now, currently sitting as your longest shot in the field. The 8, it's a fluke. This is another one I thought was a little bit interesting. Has some early speed that's kind of backed up in the last few races, but with speed holding a little bit better. This is one that's a little interesting. The other thing is this one is also claimed last time out and moves to the Goulet barn. So if you look, she actually has 2 in here. So she's got Gallant Oak and this one, or excuse me, Gallant Oak and who was the other one?
Oh, for Goulet? The 8.
Oh yeah, the Gallant Oak was the other one. I'm sorry. So it's the 8 and Gallant Oak. So she picks up both of those in her barn off claims.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. But again, she's 5 for 6 in the money. So something to think about. They're putting blinkers on the 8 horse for the first time. It's the first time this horse has had blinkers at all.
Yeah. And she's the owner too. Not only is she the trainer, she's the owner. So she's doing
in
everything.
both of them, she's owner trainer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is one that goes from Bennett to Whitehall. Interesting. The numbers are a little below the top picks, I think, in here. I still believe that, the 5 is the favorite. The 1 and the 4 are the 2 horses I'm trying to beat that one with. And if you look at last race speed figure, Sean, and this is something that has done pretty well for me here lately at Assiniboia, it's the 1, the 1 over the 4 and the 5.
Yeah, Doc Higgins. Yeah. Yeah.
I like this horse on the cutback. I talked to that one earlier. I mean, does move over to the Curtis Maxwell barn. He's over 5, doesn't have anything, but this horse has been running really well. So coming from the Jerry Gorno barn is definitely something you got to look at. So it's definitely a huge barn change, but they're backing the horse up in distance. So taking the horse back, cutting all the way back from the 2 turns to the 6 furlongs. So. And this horse off a 12-1 morning line, Sean, is, even though took early money and thought that he might float back up, he's still sitting as your second favorite at 9-2.
Yeah, yeah. What did you think of 10 for the big guy?
Tim, for the big guy, I thought the first race, this is another one that we were talking about that, we had several invaders last week, and Wyoming Downs being the one that we talked about. And this was one of the horses we were talking about, Wyoming Downs. You can't really trust the horses coming in from there. And this horse just went to the front and went gate to wire. I think the numbers have to come up a little bit. That was 5.5. And if you look, this horse back in that race was losing distance to Lieutenant Norm. Lieutenant Norm was gaining pretty good. So now stretching out to 6, maybe not the best distance for this horse. If you look at the races before, had 2 5-furlong races there that this horse won 2 back and 4 back. And if you go back to the 6s at Turf Paradise, back earlier in the year, those the horse showed early speed, and then in the 6 furlong races was backing up. So I don't like 6 furlongs for this horse as much, but speed is holding a little better tonight. But I'm just not sure with the other speed in here that this is a horse that can hang with some of these others.
I agree. Yeah, I was I was like you. My first horse was the 4. Press the court or please the court. Wendy Anderson and Deshaun Bino. 21% in the year, pretty solid numbers. You've always heard me, and you said it earlier very well. I said Woodbine. In the end of a meet, I always go for who's running good, not necessarily what level are they running at.
Exactly.
And please the court is running good races. 61, 62. The buyers keep going up. And I think this horse is 2 for 3 in the money at here. 16 out of 23 in the money over all of this distance. I don't think the 6 furlongs will hurt this horse at all. Almost won at 5,500. I think with all the speed in this race race sets up perfectly for him at a price. So second, I was the 1, just like you. I looked at, I wrote down a lot of speed in this race. I think the 1, if he can clear this group, has a real chance. I'm a little bit worried about all the speed. That's why I put the 4 on top. I thought the 4 was value at 7 to 1 there, but that could be an interesting one for sure. And then my third choice was the 2, Mr. Dazzle. Likes to come from behind. Usually is ridden by Whitehall. Whitehall goes elsewhere, but Patterson's obviously shown a great affinity to ride, especially at these sprints. This horse loves Assiniboia clearly. And if that pace up front melts down, this horse could be right there. So I was 4, 1, 2, 5.
Yeah, this is definitely the one I'm trying to beat the favorite in the pick 4. I was playing against the 5 quite a bit. I do, even though the 1 and the 4 are the 2 horses I like, and I like the 1, but I also like the 4 a lot with Bino. Bino doesn't have a win tonight. He and Antonio are fighting it out for the jockey title here late in the season. So look for these guys to want to be taking that crown. And Antonio's already got a win tonight. Bino does not. So watch these 2 guys as they continue over these last couple of weeks here to be duking it out to see who takes the riding crown.
For sure.
And Whitehall, it's been a couple of years, so I think he's hungry and trying to ride. So.
Yeah, I agree.
He's definitely been rising up. He was like in 4th or 5th, and now he's up there.
He's been catching them, very steadily.
Yeah, he's slowly moving up. Sven was even ahead of him, and then Whitehall passed him, and now Sven's back in 3rd. But Bino's had 3 wins over Whitehall coming into tonight, so now he's 2 up.
Yeah,
after Whitehall got a win. So 4's warming up pretty well. The gray.
The gray, yep. My mom loves grays.
Conveyance.
My mom always bets the grays. Kurt's
That
got
was my
40,
mom.
40 to place in the 4.
Dan says feels like the 8 is value.
Yep. Kurt agrees. He's got him 3rd. Two minutes, which means 4 minutes.
Yes, Mark, the 5 just ran. You know, it's nothing here at Assiniboia to see horses running back on a couple of weeks. Here at the end of the season, you'll start to see this, where you'll see horses come back from one weekend to the next, and that'll happen as the meet comes to a close, because everybody's looking for a place to kind of find to be able to get their horse in for one more race, try to get one more check, because a lot of these Assiniboia horses do not run over the winter. They just go ahead and get back to the barns and the pastures, and they turn them out for the winter until the meet starts back up. So that's why you see so many that look like they're dropping. It's not so much that they're just dropping horses as it is they're trying to find, or even once a week, Tom. But they're just trying to find spots to get in another race or two here at the end of the meet.
Right. Or even give it more chance to actually lose the horse. So if the meet ends, they don't have to take the horse with them, which is important.
Yeah, these are definitely most of the operations up here are smaller operations. There are a couple of good sized ones here for Assiniboia.
Yeah, and they're trying to get rid of some of their overhead, knowing that in a month this is done, and maybe they get a win and a claim and get some money and a check.
We are heading to the gate, Sean.
I've been fascinated, Tim, by the amount of animals that have been run back on Kentucky Downs. I don't ever remember seeing so many horses run back on like 4 or 5 days. Like they have in this meet.
Yes,
Kentucky Downs a lot. Yeah, no. I noticed that's a new trend down there, and the horses have done well. Well, we'll always know where the 4 is throughout this race. Yeah, Dan, Gallon Oak in the try wouldn't surprise at all. Especially the way Miss Goulet is going. Neil's got a 5-2-3 try box. Good luck.
All right, Sean, let me get this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, my friend. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to play a little bit of a bigger play in this race, Sean. We're pretty much halfway through the card, and Big Throw is almost back to where we started. So we'll play double what we normally do as far as wagers. Normally we try to keep it about $10 a race. So I'm going to go with a $20 wager here. I'm going to do an exacta key box. I'm trying to get this one in there, and then I'm going to play the 1 with the 4 and the 5.
I love it. Okay,
it's a $20 play.
I love it. Okay. I like it. Yeah, I agree, Neil. Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that as well, Neil.
Yep.
Week to week is tough, and you can do that like one time with a horse that's in form and ready, and they do it at Kentucky Downs as well, because the purses are just so big. It's hard, the meet is compressed, and there aren't many racing days, and you'll see them try to get 2 races out of a lot of those horses, and then they'll take some time off because it takes a lot out of a horse to do that.
Yeah. And if they know their horse likes the hill, why not? Because a lot of the other ones probably don't, so.
Exactly.
Why not? The purses are too big.
Well, it was just like last year, Tistastic, goes down there and wins.
Oh, yeah.
And and then they run that horse back and won again. So if the horse likes the track and is doing well, it's no surprise to see them run those horses back because the purses are just so huge. Good luck, everyone.
On 10 for the big guy.
Good luck, Rick.
They're at the post. And they're off. From the outside, Rochester's finest. Showing some speed, as is 10 for the big guy. On the outside, Doc Higgins. Settling on the rail in third. Another length back to Banderas.
Come on, Doc Higgins.
Outside, it's a fluke. McEwen back in sixth. Then it's Gallon Oak. And your trailers, Mr. Dazzle, and Please the Court. We're only 7 off of it. Battling on the front, 10 for the big guy. Now takes over the lead, but moving sharply at him. It's a fluke. Settle back in third. Doc Higgins now 5 lengths out of it. Gallon Oak coming with a big move on the outside. They hit the head of the lane, and it's 10 for the big guy with the lead on the inside. It's a fluke on the outside. Gallon Oak eating up ground. 3 wide, a short lead for It's a Fluke. 10 for the big guy, trying to battle back, but running out of ground. It's going to be It's a Fluke. 10 for the big guy in second, Gallon Oak in third, and fourth to McEwen.
What is this Monica?
Antonio.
What does this Monica Goulet have in her barn all of a sudden there?
Well, I mean, that's what I was saying. It's like her horses have she's been in the money almost every race, every horse she's sent out, and she sends out 2 in this race, and they're both on the board. It's no fluke, Tom.
The stewards have requested a photograph to determine the winning horse.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's killing it right now, and she almost had 1-2 there.
Speed again. I mean, you got 8 and 9 out there on the lead. Just craziness the way Speed is holding. But that is the first race that the favorite goes down.
Yep.
As does my
Fluke as your race winner.
Sean, I'll be right back.
9, 10 for the big
guy.
Okay,
no problem.
Third to number 6, Gallon Oak, and fourth to number 3, McEwen.
So the Monique Goulet show continues at Assiniboia Downs. And who had that? Let's see who they had here. Did anybody have 8-9? Rick. Well, bad beat for Rick. Let's see here. Dan said, if you like the 8 is the value. Well done, Dan. Hope you played that. Absolutely good job, my man. Yeah. Yeah, the 4 and the 6 never got involved. Let's see who else I have here. Bobby D had. Oh, okay. Check it here. Jose Estrello like the 8. Good job, my friends.
Now entering the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of our VIP Fan of the Night race. That's number 8. It's a Fluke. It's a Fluke.
It's a Fluke. It's not a Fluke. Does it just won convincingly?
Marie by Malibu Moon. Owned and trained by Monique Goulet.
Oh, Bobby. Tough one, man.
Whitehall. Time for the 6th furlong.
Antonio Whitehall trying to go after that riding title.
Congratulations goes out to jockey Antonio Whitehall, who scores the double. 2 wins for jockey Antonio Whitehall.
And look at that, 8-9 exact, 42.10 for $1, 84.20.
No changes.
Wow,
Time for race number 6.
that was interesting. So I don't. Someone asked me earlier in private. I don't know. People were asking me, when are we going to see Sovereignty next? Sovereignty will run next in the Breeders' Cup Classic. He's just going to train straight up to it. No more races, nothing. He's just coming in fresh as a daisy. He's doing fantastic. He's got the same weight that he ran with in the Belmont still, which is scary this late in the year. But he's doing absolutely just fine. Loving getting his carrots from Irma, the best lady there. So, and getting his massages from her. So, Sovereignty will be seen next at the Breeders' Cup. He will not have a race beforehand. So, 50-50 pools. You got 25 minutes if you're up at Assiniboia to get your tickets. And yeah, speed is definitely holding tonight. It's amazing. I thought with everybody out there, I thought these horses would fold, and instead they stayed right up there. So we have 14 minutes to race 6. We'll read the conditions here. Claiming 10-4 for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race since March 9th or have never won 4 races. There we go. So here's a question I always ask people. Is there a certain meet in the fall, because now we're going into the fall, that you are most excited about? Is it Keeneland? Is it let me think what else we got here. Then any other meets that you generally like to go to in the fall that you actually attend? Is there any meets that you attend in the fall? I know Keeneland is the most popular fall meet. I know Del Mar has a fall meet. Laurel has a fall meet. Kind of weird to see the pictures of Pimlico all smashed down the other day as they start to rebuild Pimlico. Also saw the pictures of Belmont Park looking mighty fine. Looking mighty fine. For sure. Is anybody going to the Parks Derby next week? They are running not one day, but 2 days this year. They're going to run Friday and Saturday. They're going to run on Friday. They're all Pennsylvania bred stakes, and then Saturday will be the big day. Got some exciting days coming up. You get the Iroquois at Churchill Downs on Saturday, so exciting times in the racing world. We get closer and closer, and we got the Woodbine Mile coming up at Woodbine. How exciting is that? So, on the inner turf, first time ever the Woodbine Mile, Tim, is on the inner turf.
Always exciting times. And I heard what you were asking, and you know my answer to the question as far as fall races. It's like Churchill may be starting this weekend, but there's nothing like Keeneland. Nothing like Keeneland.
I agree. I remember someone saying to me, Tim, right? It was funny. He said, "Why don't they have the Breeders' Cup at Saratoga?" And I said, there was one day in August, the temperature was like 60 degrees and cold.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think now you're seeing why. I think you're seeing why. And there's no window.
But we're going to Keeneland next year, and then where do we go after that, Sean?
Yes, we do. We go straight to Belmont,
to the new Belmont Park.
the new Belmont Park, and the new grandstand's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures. It looks pretty impressive so far.
Yeah, it looks pretty impressive. Yeah, so I'm excited about that for sure. The only problem for us being in Boston is that Belmont is the hardest track to get to. Just, just on traffic. It's not hard to get to as the crow flies. If you had a helicopter, you could get there very quickly. But just traffic. It's just But it is a fabulous track. So got two claims in that race: Bandera Azteca and Doc Higgins. See, so now whoever said that the 5 was running 5 days later, right? Right, that was Bandera Azteca, right? Yeah. So that was the Connections had 2 chances to get them claimed, and they got that job done. So now, and they got the horse out of their barn. So that's why they're running like that.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is in the last race that Doc Higgins was in, that horse got claimed away from Henry Witt owned the horse and Gorno trained, and now Gorno goes and buys the horse back for himself.
Yeah, interesting. And definitely something happened to the one halfway through the race there. That will definitely be that was a little bit of a toss. Got maybe too close to the clipped heels or did something, but lost all momentum halfway through the race.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of eased halfway through the race, so something was definitely off.
Yeah, Bobby D's got 1-5 with 3-2-6. Good luck, Bobby. Who did you like in this one, good sir?
Well, Bobby, this was a race where I said I was actually trying to beat the favorite. So we did that in the last race, and this is another spot to potentially do that. And even before seeing how the track was playing, the horse that I was going to try to do that with, Sean, was the one, Thusly Inspired. And this horse, if you look at that last race, that was in the mud, but this horse ran really well on the front end. At 6 furlong races, basically he is 4 for 7 out of the money with 2 wins. And since coming up to Assiniboia this year from Fawner, he's run pretty well, and the numbers over the last 3 races, look at the speed figures. It's like you kind of know what you're getting with this horse, right? Yeah, it's like he's run the exact same speed figure for 3 races in a row. But if you look at anybody else and everybody else in here, the 5 ran that kind of speed last time out. And this is a horse that I think is on the improve. If you look, the numbers, each of the last 4 races seem to be getting a little bit better. But the one just throws that number like every time out. And I think that number's enough to win this race. Yeah. So that's why I put the 1 on top. I did have the 5 second. I think that this is one that the numbers as far as the speed figure. And wait a minute, did the 5 just scratch? The 5 just scratched.
Ooh.
I'm looking at my form and it just dropped. It said it just disappeared and said scratch.
Yeah. Oh boy.
5 just scratched. So interesting. Okay. So your huge favorite now is going to be the 1.
Yeah. Yeah, that changes the dynamics completely.
Yeah, that changes everything quite a bit. So I'm going to add something in as a result of that here, Sean, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But I think a horse that kind of moves forward off of that scratch is the 8 horse. Orcadian Storm is another one that is going to probably be close to the pace here. We've seen how well speed is holding. I do think that that's one that that probably moves forward with the scratch of the 5. Couldn't compete there, but now is going to have a lot less to deal with in this race. And another one that I think it potentially helps out, the one horse that I think is going to be closing the best and is probably more of an underneath pick based on how the track is played all night, is the 6 Moon Connection. I think the numbers for Moon Connection, there are some numbers there that say that this horse should be competitive in that race. I'm willing to draw a line through the last one at 5.5. And if you look at the 6 furlong races, the back class is there. If you look at the numbers, this horse has ran in 6 furlongs in the past, has ran better speed figures than anybody else in the race at this distance. Almost. I think the 3 has 1 race better. But beyond that, this horse has been competitive. And just to give you a fourth, another one that I think could move forward, and this horse really has not had a great year, but the 4 Enano Caro is one that at some point, I think this horse is probably going to, I keep saying this horse is going to probably win at some point. I've not been playing the horse. I'm not playing the horse again here. To me, it's my 4th pick. But at some point, I think this horse is going to show up on the board before the meet is over. It throws in an occasional close, like 2 back, was second, beating a neck at 12-1. And this horse, if you look at all of the odds, they're extremely long. And at some point, currently sitting at 18-1 right now, this horse is going to show up in the trifecta at a price.
Yep. I couldn't agree more.
2 rearing up a little bit. Stretch has got the 2 on top.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Exotics Bear.
Exotic Bear.
I don't know. This one's going from the Mike Taphorn barn, who's one of your top trainers here, and moving over to Maria Stanford.
Where's our buddy Tom Hollick? Any idea who S. Chicken S is?
Yeah, the rider on the 8. I was thinking the exact same thing. It's like, who in the world? I think we've seen that name one other time here, though.
Okay, yeah. Could this be their first ride ever? No, because they're 124. Which is weird. The fact that we don't even have any numbers for this could also be a person in, and this often happens, folks, in these type of tracks. Is it could be a worker of the barn, and they're just giving a ride, a chance to ride, which is admirable.
Sheldon Chicken Ass.
Yeah, exactly. Tim's got 1-8 with 1. TM's got 1-8 with 1, 2, 6, 8. Neil's got a 1, 2, 3 try box. Chickenness Sheldon. There you go. Okay.
Yep. Sheldon.
He used to be a regular in the ASD. Okay. See, thanks, Tom. I knew Tom would know. That's great. And yep. The 3 win. Interesting. Okay. Ethan's got 1, 6, 2, 4, 8. Good luck, my friend. This makes this race a little bit more complex, huh, Tim?
Definitely.
With the 5 out, yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge scratch in here. Scratching the 5 out. I see why it makes the 1 a huge favorite. That was the one I was trying to beat the 5 with.
Yeah,
anyway.
Right.
But at the same time, I think it kind of opens up the race a little bit. The one thing is that looking across the board at all these horses, though, if speed is truly holding the way it is, to where it seems like the horses up front are back, none of them are backing up at all. The 8 is the one that should move forward off of that.
Yeah,
the 8's the one that looks like he has the early speed and is going to be forwardly placed early on. And you look at the races, we're going 6 furlongs, and you go back to the last time this horse was at 6 furlongs and was 3rd in that race to Moon Connection, who's another one that I think has a chance in here now, the 6 horse. But was forwardly placed and, at one point of the race had a head in front. Coming up on the screen now, Orcadian Storm.
There is Sheldon Chickenness.
Sheldon.
Back at ASAD once again. 1 minute of the post. We have about 5 minutes, suppose. 8 should get the lead. I agree on that one.
Yep, exactly.
5 scratched. And he was huge up in the pick 5 bowls and pick 4, excuse me. So
Eduardo Garcia is going with Will the Thrill.
okay. And for any of those
Pick 4 live money was most of the money was to the 5, which is scratch. So now that will put all of that money on the 1, assuming the 1 maintains favoritism, which he should.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. And this is 6 furlongs, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. 0 minutes to post. The 5 scratched. Rick Alfred 2136 for J Worm. $20 to win on the 3. Edward got. Rick Alfred got 3 placed in 3. Okay. All right, Tim. I'm going to try to pull
Sean,
this up.
you got $75. Don't hold back.
Yeah. No. All right. Let's see. Going right with them. I'm going right with them, my friend. Okay. I'm going 5 across in the 4. I think this is I think this is the night that Dalrymple gets this horse going. And he will get up for a price. And even if we get it across, we will still do well. I think the loss of the 5 is a huge piece in this thing. And I think that this horse will be closer than usual and will be down the lane tough. Just went from 13 to 11 to 10. So Dan's playing the 6 across. Good luck, Dan. 7 and 2 in the bed. Edward likes the 3, 7 and 2. 2 minutes to
3. He likes the 3 8 times.
Yeah, exactly. 3 times 8. That's how much he likes me. Thank you to everybody joining us. 177 strong tonight. Thank you so much, as always, to everybody joining us here on the program. We love having you.
Thursday should be fun, Sean. We'll go to. I'm assuming we're going to Woodbine like always.
Yeah. Yes, we are. Yep.
I'll have some. If you're going to tune in on Thursday, folks out there, I'll have some Churchill plays as well. Churchill is doing Twilight on Thursday.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yep.
I'll have some
Great.
Churchill plays.
Yes, for sure. Love having the church back in town with a real turf course that's flat.
And I don't think just like they did last year, Sean, in this mini meet that they do before, so they run a little small meet and then Keeneland goes, and then is when the Churchill meet comes back before Turfway. But in this mini meet, they don't run any turf races.
Yeah, that's right. It's all dirt. That's right. Yep. Yep. We're going to just call it the Jose Ortiz Invitational.
I think Tyler, after not getting to ride, earlier,
Tyler
I think
will be.
he's going to come back hungry, I think.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
And of course, once again, this Saturday, the first 2026 Kentucky Derby prep.
Yes.
Let the prep season begin.
Yes.
It's like we're not even at Breeders' Cup, and we're talking Kentucky Derby for next year already. Let's go. Derby preps are the best.
Here they come. Saw a couple of Oscar Performance babies sold early at the sale for 400 and 500,000 respectively.
Wilmer says the one is going to win here. Good luck, Wilmer.
Good luck, Wilmer. 9-1 therefore. Come on, Dally Rimple.
Down to 9, Sean.
Yeah. Let's get some sound here from our friend.
Will be the first to set into the starting 8.
Kyle's doing a try key box. Key in the 1 with the 2, 3, 4, 8. Good luck, Kyle. The 6 is the one that kind of scares me with that. But
yeah.
Thusly inspired the current 9-5 favorite.
I like the 6 a lot more. I know a lot of people here are on the 3.
Here comes Will the Thrill.
Will the Thrill. Up in Canada, our friend Will Wong up there at Woodbine. He's doing TIFF all week with all the celebrity ladies. Jealous.
Connection. Now just waiting on discretionary day. They're all set. They're at the post. And they're off.
The one looked like kind of fell.
Yeah.
From the far outside, Arcadian
7-2.
Aggressively set to ground.
Look at that.
Lead by 2.
What?
Sitting right.
That's crazy. That horse was 10-1 when you bet him.
What?
Settled back in.
What did I say? This horse at one point was going to win something here. This just might be. But there is the 8 who we also thought benefited from the scratch of the 5 at the pace.
The 3.
What is Patterson doing on the 1 right there?
I have no idea.
Come on with this 4.
Come on, Dally Rimple.
Yeah, I did see the 1 stumble pretty badly.
Yeah. Come on, Dally Rimple.
Let's go, Dally Rimple.
Come on now, Dally. No dilly-dally in here. Come on now.
Come on, 4.
Come on now. Come on, Dally Rimple. Ride for your life, kid. Ride for your life. Ride for your life. Ride for your life. Ride. Oh, no. Where's the line?
We got it. We got it.
Only winners in the lounge.
Boom.
Very close for third. Between Arcadian
Yo, 8-1 to 7-2.
That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
That horse was double digits when we bet that horse. That is too funny.
That was
too funny.
But you know what's funny too though? Our place pay is going to be pretty close to unless someone hammered him into place, because that horse is he can pay more place than he does.
Has been called to determine the show position.
And avocado.
Expensive midget.
Yeah. There you go.
Results
Yeah,
of the photo
Neil,
show
definitely
number
the
3,
one
Will the
really like
Thrill.
I
Yeah,
Finishing
yeah.
even
third.
said as the horse
Fourth
came
place
out of the
number
gate, it was like I
Entertaining
think he went
Storm.
like all the way to
And
his
fifth
knees.
to number 1.
Yeah.
Thus
Only winners,
inspired.
James. Only winners in the lounge.
That's it. Gotta love it.
You know what I loved about him too? Did you see how much money was in the pick 4 pool still alive with him?
Yeah. And you know the crazy thing though, Sean, is that in the last race, the horse I left off that I really didn't want to was the 8 and Antonio, but I was trying to beat the 5 here, remember, with the 1 and the 4.
Yeah.
So the 4 was in my pick 4. So
Yeah. Oh,
and,
yeah.
and when I put that, I mean the horse was double-digit odds. It's like I had no
Yeah. I
clue.
mean, I love him. Yeah. Zach. Yeah. I bet him. I bet him at 5 across. It was 13-1.
Yeah, exactly.
Now entering the winner's enclosure. The official winner here in race 6. That's
Inaro
Anano Carroll. Anano Carroll is a big gelding, 4 years old, by More Spirit. Under the mare, Ellie's the Boss.
We may get more to place.
Boss. Owned by Bill and Reed Mooney. Trained
That's
by Bill
just
Mooney.
We may seriously get like $6-7 to place if someone didn't hammer them in the place pool.
Furlongs,
You know?
14.
Well, I can tell you, $9.30, $5, and $3.
Okay, there you go. Okay, not bad. Okay, there you go. All right, we'll take that.
Race 6
We'll
is
take that to the bank.
So $17.30 for 2, and we had it for 5.
There are no changes. Post time for race number 7.
So that'll give us $43.25 back in the bankroll.
Yep. Yep. And we have one race left tonight. Thank you, Dan.
This is funny, Sean.
What's that?
So we started off the night with $100 bankroll.
Yeah.
We had that win in the first race, and we got to 103, and we're right back to 103.
Yeah, there we go. Love it. There you go.
Going into the last race, and we're pretty much even bankroll.
Even. There you go. Love it.
But we're right back to where we were after the first race.
Love it. All right. So Tim's gonna bid adieu to us, but he's going to give us his. Did you have some picks here for the?
Yeah, I did. This is the race to where I did say of all the ones that with the favorites and everything, I thought Gopher was pretty solid in here, the 2 horse.
Yeah.
So that being said, the way the track is playing, and it even did it again there with the speed holding up front, I think you have to kind of look at who the speed is going to be. And honestly, Sean, in here, the interesting thing about this race is I think there's only one horse who has shown early speed kind of like as a regular basis, and that's the 3 horse. Yeah. And looking at the 3, I just don't think this 3 can hold anything. You see a lot of 1s up front, and this horse is really slow on the back end. So I don't think that that's the case in this race. And if you look at the 2 going 3 back at that 7 furlong race, this horse does have some upfront numbers. So I just think the horse is really head and shoulders above everybody in here. I will try to get a little bit of something underneath. My second pick in here was the 4 No Magic. This is another one who has shown a little bit of speed, 2 back, 7.5 will go on a mile now. This one, Last race, I don't really know what happened in that race. I thought that the horse, after being the favorite 2 back, was going to actually do better in that. If you look at the track, 2 back, the track was playing to speed, and this horse won. Last time out, the horse was the track was playing to closers, and this horse ended up finishing 3rd. And how's it playing tonight? It's playing to speed. So this horse should definitely be one to keep in there. So 2 and 4. And then I'm going to go all the way to the outside with my price pick. The number 8 horse, when you look at the morning lines, this is one that I thought that the price would be quite a bit bigger. It's like 6 to 1, and we're holding at 6 to 1. But this is one that definitely could float up a little bit. If you look at that last race at 7.5, this horse did come in late and actually put a nose in front, went up by about a half length before just getting zipped late by Zen State late in that race, but is going to be closing and definitely needs to be considered to be a part of the trifecta. So I will leave you with 2, 4, and 8.
Love it. Thank you, my good man.
Good luck. Bring the bankroll home. Good luck, everybody. We will see you guys Thursday. Don't forget, we'll be Woodbine Thursday and with some Churchill picks as we head there for the weekend.
Yes. Thank you, buddy.
Have a good night.
All right. So now, interesting. He gave me some horses in this race. Is that my play, though? That is the question I'm going to ask you guys to help me in this last race. All 149 awesome of you people to help out. Okay. If there's one horse that you would key in this race, all right, who would it be? I'm going to ask that, see what you think. Now, I have a horse, but we'll see. Because I can be talking to interesting ideas here. Or I can tell you my idea. Okay. I'm looking at this 2 has got a real chance here. Real chance. No doubt. Okay. Gopher. Dewey Williams. 792. 18 out of 26 in the money. Got Townsend up there. Okay. We got some questions here. We got some real questions. Neil likes the 8 horse. Love it. 824. Tri-Box likes the 8. 8's got a big chance here, Neil. No, I won't back down. All the Tom Petty fans very much in agreement with you in there. No, I won't back down. And Gopher. Now, this horse is interesting to me. 2 races in a row at a mile is coming 3rd and 4th versus arguably much better. But why does he keep dropping down? Is Dewey Williams, but Dewey Williams not only trains the horse, owns the horse. Bobby D's got an exacta box 246. So this is interesting. So yet we keep dropping down. Why do we keep dropping down? That to me is not a good sign, or is just trying to get rid of some of his horses at the end of the meet. But he came in 3rd and 4th, so it wasn't like he was running bad there. But to me, that's kind of a little of a big red flag, as we say. Why does this horse keep dropping when he's running competitive? If you're running 7th, 8th, I understand it. He's running 3rd and 4th. That's paychecks. So why are you dropping your horse? Very interesting. Pino Bambino sounds like a punchline Don Rickles comedy set. The Pino Bambino. Kyle Graves got to try key box 6 with the 248. We even maybe get in a sleepy pick here. Tonight, see who's the sleepy pick. Oh, we got just 16. Are we frozen or what are we doing here? Hold on a second. Let me check over. Are we frozen here?
Tomorrow, I believe.
There we
Yeah,
go.
and
Okay.
there'll
I
be a
was
battle
wondering
of
why
the
we're
best. I do like
still
also
stuck
that
at
in that
60
race,
minutes to
this horse runs
post
multiple
there for a
laps,
while. Okay.
4 races. This horse is the horse to beat. I don't know if you're going to get 3 to 5, but this horse can be go to the lead.
3 to 5 on the two right now. Let's see if we can beat this horse. And Kyle's trying to beat this horse with the 6. I see an interesting play here. Let's see if you kind of agree with me or disagree with me here. Is okay. So we look at this horse and 5,000. My long shot play here is the 7 distinct tail. Ren Chernak and Antonio Whitehall. This horse last time ran 7 furlongs with Dalrymple and at even as a 2-1 favorite, just did nothing. Nothing at all. He's been running 6 furlongs. Okay, but we look at this, which is interesting. 3 times the distance, 1 win, 1 second. That's interesting. The second coming in Maiden Special Weight Company last year. And Whitehall at 6 furlongs had an even finish. He was 4 and 5 wide versus 10,000 numbers of 2. So this horse to me is interesting. So and there's Antonio out a little early, perhaps a little excited, maybe. This 2 is interesting at 3 to 5. We have to see the exact keys here. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. 5 minutes to post. Both of them like the 2. Not a surprise. What are the exact pays? That is the question. Here tonight. Thank you again to everybody joining us tonight throughout this program. If you can press the like button, and we greatly appreciate it. Riders up. As you notice, my colleagues, they're the technical ones. I'm not the technical one. I don't really know that. I get in trouble when I do the let's see, now it's a banner. Yeah, I'll blow the place up. Exactly. So thank you, Neil. Neil, you did much better than Zach. See? You did much better than even our good friend Titus O'Neill did. So well done. Well done, my friend. 31 likes. Love it. There you go, Sully. I'll take a shot of my ice here. I don't drink. I'll definitely take a shot of it. Salute to the 31 likes. Thank you, my friends. So appreciate it. All right. So we're looking at this race. Si el 5 brinca de bien, se gana el número 2, exacta 5-2. All right. There you go. Going to beat the long shot. Okay. Very interesting race. And let's see how these horses look on the track before we go with our final pick here. No, I won't back down. I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Stevenson has ridden this horse a lot of times for Courtney Ross on the 8. Definitely there. No magic. I still want to know why this 2 is dropping down to this suspicious level. Why have we gone so far down when this horse has actually been competitive? That is the question. Two to 5, is it worth betting? Or do you say, shuck him out, like Dave Weaver does? That is the question. Let's see here. Pick 4. Let's see here. Get a little idea of what we're doing here. Okay. Let's see. All right. We're going to go with an absolute shocker here. We're going to try to beat the board and beat the things here. See what we can do here. Watch this, guys. How impressive was that? I actually got it done. See, there you go. I am not the biggest tech savvy person ever, but kudos for me getting that done. That's the biggest win there tonight that I did my own. The pick is in. Okay. So I am going to absolute shocker of shockers here. I'm going to try to beat the 2 to 5, or at least get my horse in the money. And our official bet, I'm writing it right now. I'm going 5 across on the 7. Because every time this horse runs, and maybe I'm dead wrong, and this horse runs last tonight, and I look like a fool, but every time this horse runs with Antonio Whitehall, he runs 10 times better than he does with any other jockey. And Antonio's trying to get the spin 1 to, yes, thank you, Sully. Thank you. I will take a bow. I very rarely do that with technology. I lose all the time to technology. But tonight, I actually shocked myself. So I will take credit for official bet. We're going 5 across on the 7 with Antonio Whitehall. There we go. And Stretch has him 3rd, so he didn't think I'm that. But every time Antonio Whitehall rides this horse, he runs better than if he does not. So, on that, saying that frame of mind, we're going to try to beat this favorite at 1 to 2 with a long shot. See how we do. Hidroko Dakaru has got 4.62. Good luck, my friend. As we get closer and closer to the post. take this off for 1 minute here, my friends. Yeah, and yeah, it's Tuesday. Sometimes you got to remember like what day it is here in terms of what you're doing. But there we go. There, just make sure the volume is right there. There we go. We'll bring it right back up for us. Good luck, Hidrakar. But I'm thinking this 7 is going to get somewhere across the board. If you can get behind the 2, it would. This 2 could win this by 10 lengths, and I could be totally wrong. But why the stiff drop 2 times in a row when you're competitive? I don't understand that. Unless you're trying to get rid of the horse. But that's generally not something I like to see. Is a horse who's competitive and you're still dropping. And this is at a mile. 20 to 1 now on the board. And even we've had a fun night of racing, win or lose. We're darn close on a lot of them. It's now post time. Thank you again to everybody joining us tonight. Good luck on your bets. Closing in 60 hole. Okay. Thanks to 6. All right. We're moving in. Yeah, absolutely, Tom Hollick. Tom, one of these nights we're going to have you out there with a Trusted Prophet sign near the paddock. Has to happen. All right, here we go.
Just 2 grasshopper now in.
All right.
Here comes Tempting Prospect. Just 2 left to load. Front gates are open for Distinct Tail. Now just waiting on No, I Won't Back Down. The field is set. They're at the post. Go for a little fractious. Now settled. And they're off. From the inside, Pino Bambino. Sent hard to get the early lead with Gopher. Also headed out to the front end. Settled back in third. That's Hot Cake. 3 wide. That's going to be No Magic. Tempting Prospect. Moving 4 wide as they hit that turn. But it's Gopher with the lead. Hot Cake back in second. 4 wide. Tempting Prospect. No Magic in between horses. A gap of 5 lengths back. That's going to be Pino Bambino with No, I Won't Back Down. Distinct Tail. And just 2 Grasshopper. About a dozen off of it. Gopher on the inside is the best of the early speed. To the far outside, that's Tempting Prospect. In between Hot Cake and No Magic. Now moving up, Pino Bambino. Distinct Tail in between horses. And then it's back to No, I Won't Back Down and just 2 Grasshopper. Gopher with the lead, but it's taking the outside route as Pino Bambino. Now making a challenge on the inside. They hit the head of the lane. It's Gopher and Pino Bambino. They're going to battle it out from here. Gopher digging in. Pino Bambino has now.
Come on, Antonio. Get second.
This is Gopher,
get second.
The favorite.
Get second.
Gonna draw away and win by 4.
24 to 1 second.
Pino Bambino.
Look at that.
Third. Tempting
almost did a 2-7.
And 5th.
Almost did a 2-7. But every time, Antonio, Every time Antonio gets on this horse, he rides better. And we got him across. So obviously the 2 was the best horse, and he ran for fun. But we still cash. We're still going to make money. And we're still going to, exactly. Let's see. It was 2-7 something, Joseph. Let's see here. 2-7. Oh, we got the 50 to 1 3rd. There you go. Pino Bambino.
Third to number 1,
And the 2 to 1.
Fourth to number 6,
6 got
and fifth
got out.
to
So
number 4, No Magic.
official bet was 5 across in the 7. So we will cash some money there. I did have personally a exacta box 2-7. Probably should just play that, but I just like the 7 and a 2 dropping down. I guarantee you this 2 gets claimed because they're just dropping them 2 down. Yep, closed with the winner after starting with the winner, Joseph. There you go. See? Love it. That's the way we do it. Antonio trying to go for that riding title. Watch for him with the last couple of strides. I think we will definitely make some money here, even with the 1 to 2 on top. Gopher. I would be shocked if it's. Yeah, I'm going to see the replay. Yeah, you're hearing you.
Now entering the winner's enclosure, the official winner here in race 7, that's number 2, Gopher. Gopher is a big yellow, 3 years old by Golden Sense, out of the mare Delizia by Distant View. Owned by Dewey Williams and Eugene Burns, trained by Dewey Williams, and ridden to victory by Siobhan Townsend.
Should have just played the 2-7. We would have had more. We should have won that.
And enjoy Crazy Hour, beer, shots, and wine.
All right, though, we got 1260 and 690.
Off all appetizers.
And that's why we actually played it better this way than the exacta. Look at that. Exacta only paid $29. The 20. Oh, nice job, Rick. Though, great. Rick, you should have won more there on the exacta.
Final 3-day week, Monday, Tuesday,
but still a nice hit, buddy. Great job, Rick. Way to end the night there.
See you tomorrow here at ASD.
ASD. So we have 1260 and 690. Let me see here. See what we got here. So we got. All right. So what did we get there? We got 1260. 1260 times 2.5. So we got 4875. So we add that to the great job, Rick. So we add that to the banner here for us. And let's see here. Let's see. We add this to the banner. And what do we get? Our final total is 136.75. Made money on the night. Had some fun with you guys, the best people out there in horse racing. Had a lot of fun. And thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. Yep, 48.75 for the good guys, Joseph. That's the way we like to end. So thank you to everybody who joined us. Neil, always a pleasure, my man. Joseph, Rick, Tom, thank you, sir. He's going to be hitting that September 30th card. Maybe we're going to have to get some of that merchandise and a sign up there. He would do it for us, no doubt. Is like Uncle Sully, always a pleasure, my man. Kyle, great to have you, sir. Bobby D, always awesome, my man. Dan H, pleasure. TM, love having you. Everybody who's joined us throughout the night. Todd, Everett, Mark Crandall, everybody who's joined us. Ethan, thank you, sir, as always, my friend. Everybody who's joined us, thank you as always. But we will see you on Thursday night in the cocktail lounge. And exactly, have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, guys. Way to finish strong. Talk to you soon.